tó nílẹ̀ ló gbé wa dìde ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè paná ẹ̀ gbìyànjú ni ẹ̀ máa mú oríṣiríṣi ète wá ẹ̀ máa mú oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ àbùkù wá but ó ti di gíngírí mọ́ wa lára because why? Because freedom. I'm going to play music even if that will be removed later, just for you to understand the power of freedom. Freedom is not going to be coming cheap. As a freedom fighter, you must expect everything thrown at you. They will even say that you have done this. Say it doesn't matter. As long as you know that that freedom is the best thing. And you cannot buy it. But you can have every reason to fight for it with everything you have. If you don't know who David Lammy is, we'll come back to the video. Because the way that camera is pointing there, you might not see him. That is him there. David Lammy, we are all blacks. But we are telling David Lammy that he has no right to tell Yoruba people to remain in Nigeria. He has no right. You know why? David Lammy, on screen. Babakitoye is there. David Lammy is there. Who do you want to believe? Is it the Koiki media that is lived in the UK for 27 years that knows that the UK government has compromised many things in this world? Or Igbowo, Tokola, Tony Ila, identity of David Lammy must have Igbowo Palare, Abi Babakitoye, the emeritus, the one that told us that Yoruba people have been existing for 14,000 years. Who do we believe? Do we believe the UK Secretary of State? I am not saying he's telling lies, but we don't want to accept the truth from him because UK. Anything coming out of UK is lies. Let's just feel a bit of freedom. Lucky Dube. Freedom. Walk in Talubu Elegba, Oma Jafuni. Ooh. You must fight for it with your blood. Farabale go go, Lucky Dube. You are hearing it clearly. Bomb bastard Yoruba people. You are hearing it clearly. Igbowo is telling you that the problem is coming. Oh, Sunny 2021. But Omo Alenyi, Tinubu negotiate now. Two ways. He will negotiate inside the war. Ogun Lowo in the Middle East. They are telling Iran to come back on the round table. Iran ain't no go better for you now. If don't blow us, we will fight to the last blood. They are telling Tinubu now, negotiate Nigeria before it explodes. You can end up having an attack, Tinubu, and you will not survive it. Let's go further. Nobody wants you to be free. They want you to keep under the subjugation of the oppressor. Oppressor must rise up and fight back. This is not revolution. This is to fight back and take back one culture, one people. We're telling David Lammy we cannot wait to 2075. Nigeria needs to be negotiated, to be divided, and return back to where it was before the slave trade and the fraudulent 1914 amalgamation. Wọ́n ní kò jáde ọdún jáde ọdún lóde gbowó túbọ̀ máa dóde gbowó má tètè yá jáde nísìnyí kó mọ tó máa ṣe. America is fighting for their people. Igbowo is fighting for his people. Babakito is fighting for his people. We cannot listen to Tinubu. Negotiate now before it is too late. Tinubu, negotiate now. It is going to be more bloody before 2027. Shout out to my wives, my children, for enduring the pain with me. Freedom will come. I'm a bad one, but we will fight it to the last breath. And that means that you must rise up. Igbowo ni koko lo fe se. Igbowo sọ fún wa pé ká máa báṣẹ́ lọ, ó máa pàdé wa lọ́nà. Nobody can tell us rubbish. 2075, I will be 97. Even David Lammy would be probably our old. He is the Secretary of State, moving the British citizen out of the danger zone, yet wants us to remain in the shithole Nigeria so that our life can remain the same. You don't know about David Lammy. Freedom is coming. it would happen before 2027, and that will be the end of the British Empire in that shithole country. Tó bá wọn bá kọ́ dá sí, tó bá wọn ìgẹ̀ má dá sí, ìwọ̀nba díẹ̀ ní ti yín níbẹ̀. Mo ní kẹ́ lọ ra trainer sínú ilé, ẹlòmíì máa sáré tó yẹ pé ẹ̀ sá 440 tó gò lè ti máa dúró. And the sun is going down. The sun is going down every day, and millions of our people are dying. Mourinho to send the videos in 4 o'clock in the morning. On form when gari mu ni shuri le gbogbo olóṣèlú yẹn. A máa ṣe kíní yẹn fún yín gbẹ̀yìn ni. Ó kù díẹ̀ sẹ́. It is you and I that will confront it head square on. The more you have sympathy for that Olori Buruku country, the more David Lammy is smiling in Britain. Even David Lammy himself migrated. His forefathers migrated to UK. But he made it through the politics in the UK. He became the MP in one part of the United Kingdom. He's currently working as the Secretary of State. And he's the one that told us after our letter that no, you cannot go out of Nigeria. Yoruba people must stay. Igbo people must stay. And we are asking David Lammy this question. He must be honest with this question and he must tell us the truth and nothing but the truth. If he can defend this question, we will remain in Nigeria. If David Lammy cannot answer this question, Nigeria will be divided across all lines because we can never be one. We are not one. We are not Igbos. We are not Igbos. I don't hate Igbos, but we are not Igbos. We are not Hausa. I don't hate Hausa. We are not Fulani. I don't hate Fulani. We are not Ijo. But on Yoruba territory, we will do whatever it takes to take it back. Even if it has to me to confront the government, we will do so. Some of you say, you cannot fight the government. You will see. Many people have done it in the past. Go and look at the record of the IRA with the British government, and you will understand that we can fight the government. But you will not fight the government in conventional because they will kill every one of you. You fight the government strategically because government thinks that they are powerful, but we will weaken every part of the government in Yoruba land, and Yoruba nation will be declared as at the time. David Lammy, I beg, let me answer this question. One minute. David Lammy won't hijack our broadcast.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians.
David Lammy, can you come out and tell us who are Nigerians? Where is Nigeria from? Who is a Nigerian? All these lies you did with your government from 1914, the Yoruba people have now been well equipped from the information coming under the leadership of Babakitoye that we are not one. According to Baba Lowo, is a mere geographical location, and the end of Nigeria is coming as it is getting pushed. If you think that 2027 will happen in Nigeria, Fulani will destroy Nigeria in every part. And that is why America is saying, get the hell out of Nigeria if you can do so with an American passport.
It is deceiving ourselves. We are not Nigerian. Okay, where is Nigeria? Where is the land called Nigeria?
Can David Lammy tell us where is Nigeria? What part is Nigeria? Is it in Igbo land, in Hausa, or in the Middle Belt, or in the Southwest? Nigeria will go down, and the history will be read in the school that there were groups of people that rose up and fight it with the British system, that told many Nigerians the lies that Nigeria is a one united country. Nigeria is not a one united country, and that is why we are saying to President Tinubu, negotiate now. The topic this afternoon will focus on that, and the topic says, and I quote, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, negotiate peacefully so that everybody goes their separate ways. It is the day 12 of the Yoruba Nation Mega Rally. This is still part of the Mega Rally. What we have asked is not something that Tinubu cannot do. But Tinubu wants to bow for the British and the French and the German and the Americans. They do not own Yoruba land. We love those countries, but we are telling them to tell Tinubu to negotiate now. If otherwise, there is danger ahead.
What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that are being forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say, pray for Nigeria.
Stop praying for Nigeria. Stop the prayer for Nigeria because Nigeria is not a country. Tinubu knows that very well. Let me quickly take it back to the parliament in the UK. Maybe some of you don't know this parliament very well. I will explain how it works. This parliament, this parliament, this building where David Lammy is standing, this is where the first constitution was written. Everything about Nigeria is controlled by Britain. Hey, shut up. What do you know? We have independent. No, you never had any independent, my dear. You never had an independent young man. You never had any independent because your independent that was negotiated for the Fulani Caliphate, was negotiated for the Sultan of Sokoto as at that period. And that is why the current Sultan of Sokoto have more privilege and respect than Tinubu today. The end of Nigeria will be witnessed by many Nigerians, and the indigenous people will reside back. We can live together, but you will respect the constitution and the laws abide of each of this country. David Lamiso. So the British are smart. They want to rescue their people out of the war zone. Look at Britain. I told you that the Connie way they inside Britain. Share the broadcast and invite others to do so. Please go and bring everybody in. Tell the politicians that that young boy, that young man, that one where they call saying Nigeria go break. Some of you are doubting it. Some of you are even saying that it cannot happen because somebody in your church is praying for Nigeria. What part of Nigeria are they praying for? Is it the Igbo land, the Yoruba land, the Hausa land that has been taken away from them? The crazy politicians will kill each other before we get to 2027. I can assure you that. Go and see Ganduje and Shetima, the devil Shetima. I was watching the video as Shetima was shaking the hand. As Shetima got to Ganduje, another Fulani man. He just moved the body language. Shetima was there. Ganduje was at the airport. Okay, we will deal with you. They will deal with each other. Tinubu will be used as a scapegoat. But let's focus back as what is happening in the Middle East has now entered Nigeria. Most of the fight where they inside Middle East, it don't arrive. I don't see people for North. They don't shout, we no go agree or we no go agree. What are they not agreeing on? Because they are in support of Iran. You can take side in the war. I don't have a problem. You can be Christian supporting Israel. You can be Muslim supporting Iran. But remember that Yoruba land can be used as a battleground. This is why Tinubu doesn't negotiate. Babakitoye has the mandate of 60 million Yoruba people to go ahead and declare Yoruba nation. If not, many lives will be lost. I repeat again, 60 million people have given Babakitoye the mandate to go ahead and declare Yoruba nation because the Northerners will flood more as America is fighting outside many miles away from Nigeria. Those in support of the Iran are already inside Nigeria. They can be part of Yoruba. We can deal with those ones because anybody that have any part to want to support terrorism in Yoruba land will be dealt with by the Yoruba government without any hesitation. We cannot allow any Yoruba Muslim to come and disturb the minds and the future of a Yoruba government. They will be dealt with the law. They're not going to be joking with. I'm going to deal with them. So don't pariwo Islamic fundamentalists. Let's leave them and first get the negotiation out, either by peace, by crisis, by anarchy. If Tinubu refuses to negotiate before 2027, Babakitoye have every right to declare Yoruba nation. We will not wait for another shithole election because election will not give peace in Nigeria in 2027. Election is going to bring war. I'll come back to that in the letter that Babakitoye. I revealed the letter again on TikTok, and I'll be giving you the pointer. Remember, we want to go back to the British Parliament when David Lammy was speaking to the members of Parliament. Have Nigerian Parliament been doing this? Are your senator deliberating how to rescue Nigerians? I saw a video where a young man, I believe he's not a young man, he's an elderly man from the Igbo. I can tell from his voice because we know who we are. That is why we are not one. If Igbo speak now, I go no. If Yoruba speak, you go no. If Hausa speak, you go no. Fulani speak, you go no. Why then are we forcing ourselves to live in this shit old madness country? The man was saying that, where is the embassy staff? Embassy staff don't run away. You know those embassy staff? Most of them are Fulanese. They don't japa. They are in Cyprus. They've left Iran. They are in Cyprus. But I'll come back to that. Why would Britain want to bring their people back from the war zone? And the same Britain is advising Yoruba people to remain in a war zone. That is something that we want to question David Lammy this evening. I am not fighting him, but as a journalist, I am asking serious questions that need answer from the British government as quickly as possible. Let's listen to this.
Our crisis teams in London and the region have been working round the clock. Israel has put restrictions.
Let's start from the beginning again.
Mr. Speaker, as we respond to this fast-moving situation, our first priority remains the welfare of British nationals in Iran and Israel, and our staff on the ground. Our crisis teams in London and the region have been working round the clock. Israel has put restrictions on its airspace since Friday the 13th of June. The British Embassy in Tel Aviv and British Consulate in Jerusalem are open. All our diplomats remain in place, supporting British nationals. And we have bolstered the embassy in Tel Aviv with a rapid deployment team from the UK. We have been working closely with the Israeli authorities to prepare flights to evacuate vulnerable British nationals and their dependents. Yesterday, we launched a booking portal for British nationals. Today, as soon as it was possible to enter airspace. Mr. Speaker, I can confirm to the House that a Royal Air Force A400 has flown in to Tel Aviv and taken 63 British nationals and their dependents to Cyprus. from where they will be brought home this evening. Further flights will follow in the coming days, security allowing. We will prioritise those with greatest need and contact those allocated a seat directly. We will send updates on future flights to all British nationals registered with the Foreign Office, and I encourage all British nationals still in Israel and the occupied territories to register their presence so they receive our updates.
Now, that is courtesy of the Sky News, one of the strong media in the UK. If everybody is supporting us with your £1, $1, you would also be making Koiki Media to be here more and more across Africa, still under self-determination. When we'll eventually have our full government, Koiki Media will decide how to get its revenue. But for now, we pray that in your heart, you will not stop supporting this platform. Let's go back and analyze the video quickly. That is David Lammy, the Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom, a hard-working black man that started as an MP, well-loved after Benny Grant died, somewhere in Tottenham, an area that I know very well, not too far from the Tottenham football ground. David Lammy, as we know him, I will give you a bit of his background. But he is now saying that the British citizens that are stuck in Iran, Israel, and across is 52 years old. So he's a little bit older than me. Born on the 19th of July, 1972. David Lammy is not older than Nigeria, either is he older than Yoruba land. But as usual, politics is played across the globe. He's also playing the politics in line with the British interest in Nigeria. It's all about their interest. Whether it's American, if you hear American speaking, it's about their interest, Japan interest, German interest, French interest. What about the Yoruba interest? Have they ever thought about we, the Yoruba people, interest under many of our people that have been subjugated, that have been taken away into a different lifestyle compared to the lifestyle of a British citizen that either went to Israel for whatever reason, is now being evacuated back to UK on a Royal Air Force aircraft? Is that not hypocrisy? That the British government can tell the Yoruba people that have had a lifestyle before the slave trade, that have had respect for women, that have had respect for welfareism, that have had respect for humanity. The British government, in coherence with Nigerian government, is saying that we should remain in Nigeria. The question is how? Let's analyze this video again, one at a time.
Mr. Speaker, as we respond...
He's saying to Mr. Speaker, in the future Yoruba government, this is how we will be operating and far better, where we will deliberate how to rescue Yoruba people if there's a problem somewhere, how to defend the right of Yoruba people regardless of whether they commit a crime in Thailand, in Australia, wherever they are. We will send our representative. No Nigerian embassy can respect you as a citizen of Nigeria anywhere, as I have lived in the UK for more than 2 decades. You will not get a consular respect in UK, not to talk about any of the Middle East. So whoever is living in the Middle East right now, you are on your own, because Nigerian government is not coming. This is the difference between a Yoruba future government. To ma fún ẹ ní àǹfààní, tó máa jẹ́ pé tí nǹkan bá ṣe o, bóun ẹ̀ onófẹ́, bóun ẹ̀ onófẹ́, a Yoruba aircraft will be penetrating across the space as we have the airspace open. So the window of the airspace is what the British is working with. As America was going to attack on Saturday, Israel closed its airspace because they know that the B-2 bomber were coming. Woo! But as soon as they opened the airspace, 63 citizens were removed. How many millions of Yoruba people are we going to move to UK to come and live with us? How many can go and live in any African countries? How many can go and live even in America, in Asia? This is why a Yoruba government has the right to be declared as quickly as possible, because we can no longer live in a country where we are living in fear. We are living in constant fear on a daily basis. And the reason for that is the fraudulent amalgamation that was put together by Britain has had great impact on the lives of our people. And the only way we can elevate the pain, according to Babakitoye, is by removing Nigeria from ourselves and going back as Omo Dudua, Omo Yoruba, Yoruba Kingdom. Do not fight yourself about the name calling that it will be. The first fight is to make sure that we can exit out of this shit old 1914 fraudulent amalgamation. Prepare yourself for the battle ahead, because it is not going to come cheap. Let's go back to David Lammy. I want to focus on David Lammy. David Lammy wants to rescue many British out of the war zone.
Our first priority remains the
same David Lammy under the UK government doesn't want Babakitoye to rescue us. You can see the hypocrisy of this British system. They can go and rescue 63 people. I am not saying that those 63 people, but Ori Colony, Abori Meji, Iwo don't bomb me, kilo de to wan tako Babakitoye. Baba ni ko jade, ono fi jade. Baba fe gba ori e kúrò lọ́wọ́ Britain, because Britain ti mú orí gbogbo wa, ó gbé sábẹ́ Fúlàní, ó wá gbé Tinubu lé lórí. Àwọn wo Jagaban, ọmọ Yorùbá ni. ọmọ kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ kílẹ̀kẹ̀ má jà gbogbo lẹ̀kẹ̀ ló ti já nídìí ẹ̀ báyìí. Tí UK bá lè gbéra pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ gba àwọn 63 sílẹ̀, I don't know whether there are many of them, but imagine taking an aircraft to go and bring 63 people back because they are in danger. What about Yoruba people that are in danger in Nigeria? What do we do around them? How do we help them? How do we rescue them? What more can we do? The only thing we can do is for us to say to the 60 million Yoruba people, your life is now secure under the rule that says self-determination is an inalienable right. That right will be respected by anybody, regardless of whether you are APC, PDP, regardless of whether you have the interest for Yoruba government. We will use that to free ourselves. Self-determination. Article 3, indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By the virtue of that right, which Babakito is currently using, they are freely determine their political status, not the one that criminal Tinubu is using presently. They are freely pursue their economic, where we can run a better economic and nobody needs to go to America and go and look for greener pasture. You don't have to go to UK. You don't even have to go to Libya, where you can build a bungalow as a Yoruba person in Libya, but a Yoruba man in Ibadan, in Ojo Elegba, in Ijebu, in Abeokuta, in Ekiti, in Osun, in Kwara, in Ilorin, cannot build a bungalow. You know why? Because the economic situation of Nigeria has become vaporized by the Fulani Caliphate. We can also have our social and cultural development. But those that disagree wants David Lammy to continue to laugh. That by 2075, the fake country that they created that has expired, that have died, still can maintain another 50 years. 50 years from now, Fulani will have taken full control of every part of Yoruba land. And this is the reason why we are saying, President Bola Tinubu, you still have the mandate. You still have the opportunity. You still have what it takes. In the interest of your people, in the interest of peace and unity, and this Lugaderism amalgamation, whatever that means to you. That is Lugard, the man with the mustache that was working for the British as the governor administrator. For over 65 years, Fulani now have the privilege to move and kill, maim, rape, and nobody dares say no. They have been operating for 65 years. Babakitoye now say, Tinubu, Omoloduode, Tinubu, Jagaban. Negotiate now. So I'm going to take us back to the letter, and I've already highlighted the pointer I want to use this evening. This was the letter Babakitoye sent to Tinubu last month, and I'll read it straight away. What we have asked is that in Tamberi fun Jagaban Omoloduode, because Nigboran, if you want to Nigboran, I want to tie yen o ma tie wonu koto. Bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí, inú koto ló máa end up sí tó o bá careful. We are calling you back, but you are not going to listen. This is Koiki Media bringing the world closer to our doorsteps. The only platform that analyzes the international, the local, and merge it together and explode your mind and determine whether you still want to remain in that shit Olori Buruku bomb bastard country called Nigeria that British created in 1914 that will be destroyed from top to bottom by the Fulanis, because we're not the one going to destroy it, because I don't have what it takes to destroy it. The letter tí Babakitoye kọ sí Tinubu la ṣe tún lọ fún Tinubu pé negotiate now. Negotiate now. Magbosi David Lammy, negotiate now. America ti lọ fa wèrè lọ́yàn, negotiate now. What we have asked is that you, Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, should facilitate negotiation between representative of Nigerian federal government, àwọn tó máa kó wá àti àwọn tó mọ Yorùbá people. Fún ìdí kan péré, kò ṣe pé ká wá sọ pé nígbà tá bá wá jọ pàdé, wà wá ní náà ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí 2027. No, ìyẹn kọ́ là ń bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ Tinubu. Èyí tá à ń bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ni pé bó ṣe máa jẹ́ ká lọ negotiate. Níwà nínú Nàìjíríà, ní Nàìjíríà kọ́ láti máa negotiate. A máa gbéra wa lọ síta ní Vienna, bí a ní Brussels ni, bí a ní New York ni, a máa jókòó níbẹ̀. ECOWAS máa bá wa jókòó, EU máa bá wa jókòó, United Nations representative máa bá wa jókòó. Àwa jọ debate bá that my Chrome disconnected itself, but I am fully back, as you might see, that I am monitoring my screen and I am monitoring the situation. Let's bring it back on quickly as we have Jagaban face. Lugard created Nigeria. Jagaban has the right now. He has the power. He's the one in government. He doesn't need anybody to tell him what to do, but he doesn't want to do what we are doing. I gotta greet my mom, because if not for her, you might probably not be hearing me, because I will not be here speaking on behalf of the 60 million Yoruba people. So shout out to my beautiful mother and to my children and my wives as usual. Let's go back to the letter. Let me quickly analyze it in Yoruba as much as I can. Kí n ṣe àyàn gbé fún ẹ. Torí èdè òyìnbó, èdè tí kò ṣe tiwa ni. Mo gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa, kò máa ṣe ìwọ̀nba tí bá lè ṣe. Ìtàn béèrè fún Tinubu, òun ni pé torí àtẹ̀ láìkì wàhálà. Wà á rí pé àjà látijọ́ yìí, àdàlúrú. Ṣe ìzọ̀búzọ̀bú èyíbà, èyí ìzọ̀bú èyíbà, ìzọ̀búzọ̀bú èyíbà, èyí àwọn òṣè yẹn. Àgbébọn kọlu ọlọ́pàá, àgbébọn kọlu sójà. Sórí pé láti bí ọdún mẹ́rin kó tó di pé ó di president, o lè sọ pé o ò gbọ́ nípa Yorùbá nation. Tó bá ní ògbọ́rọ̀ nípa, o lè parọ́ fún rẹ̀, o lè parọ́ fáwa. O mọ̀ pé bàbá Akíntóyè ló ń lead Yorùbá nation. O mọ̀ pé ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ló wà lẹ́yìn bàbá Akíntóyè pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè. Nígbà tí wọ́n wá ní èmi ló kàn, ó fi yẹn parọ́ fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Abẹ́òkúta pé tó bá ti débẹ̀ o, ayé yín máa dá, ebi ò ní pa yín. Sórí gbogbo yẹn àwáwí nìyẹn. In táwa ń béèrè fún òun ni a fẹ́ gba orílẹ̀-èdè, a dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kájọ jókòó. Ọlọ́run ti gbé débẹ̀, kò ń ṣe rẹ̀ ló gbé, kò ń ṣe gbogbo ògùn tó bá ṣe kò gbé débẹ̀, àdúrà tó ṣe kọ́ ló gbé débẹ̀, ohun Elédùmarè ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ ló gbé débẹ̀. Má wàá jẹ́ kí ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ kó gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ fún ẹ Tinubu. Tó bá jẹ́ kí ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ fún ẹ, wàá rí pé orí ẹ̀yẹn wàá fàgbọ́n lórí ẹ̀. Torí a sì lè negotiate ara wa nísìn. Sórí bó ṣe jẹ́ president yẹn, tètè pé bàbá Akíntóyè, kó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé níbo ni ká ti pàdé, àwa ní Vienna láti máa pàdé, níbì kan láti máa pàdé ní Nàìjíríà o. Àwa jókòó, a dẹ̀ máa tètè mú ọjọ́ before 2027, because o lè fi olórí burúkú tiẹ̀ fi kó bá wa. Má fi olórí burúkú tiẹ̀, tí wọ́n bá ti lórí burúkú lára, má fi tiẹ̀ kó bá wa. Torí Fúlàní ń bọ̀ báyìí, àárín wọn. Fúlàní ti wọlé dé. Ìyẹn ni bàbá Akíntóyè ṣe sọ fún ẹ pé tètè ọmọ olódò ọdẹ ilẹ̀kẹ̀ ti jáde díẹ̀, jẹ́ ká negotiate, kájọ jókòó. Nǹkan kan tá dẹ̀ fẹ́ negotiate ni peace. Sórí tó o bá ti jẹ́ kí ìlànà peace jáde, sórí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nílé àtàwọn tó ń bẹ ní diaspora, wọ́n ní time yẹn ti ń pẹ́ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ. Mo wo movie kan lọ́sàn yìí. Ẹni tó bá láǹfààní, tó bá ní Netflix, ẹ lọ wo movie yẹn. Ẹni tó bá ní Netflix, ẹ wá movie yẹn kẹ́ lọ wò ó, àbí kó lọ download ẹ̀. In tí mo wò nínú movie yẹn, Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè, àwọn tó ní ẹ shut up, kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe, kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe, kí lẹ ní, èlò ẹ máa ṣe, èmi ò sọ pé a máa ṣe nǹkan kan, bọ̀ farabalẹ̀ kó wo tọ́pìkì, screenshot bíbá yóò screenshot tètè screenshot sórí movie yìí, nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀, táwọn aráàlú náà ò ní gbà, ìtọ́ ṣe níbẹ̀, ẹnu mi kọ́ ló ti máa gbọ́, ẹnu tèmi kọ́ ló ti máa gbọ́, ìwọ náà lọ wò. In tí ọmọ Yorùbá ń sọ fún Tinubu ni pé jẹ́ ká jókòó. Ṣọ́ra àwọn olóṣèlú tó ń sọ fún, torí wọ́n ń pè mí lẹ́yìn, wọ́n sọ fún wa, wọ́n sọ fún àwọn kan pé a fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ yín o, àmọ́ Tinubu ni kò jẹ́ ká darapọ̀ mọ́ yín. Ó máa kó gbogbo wọn sínú wàhálà o. Gbogbo orin yín lọ́ máa fi fàgbọ́n látòkè délẹ̀ wa láìka láì súnmọ́ bí láì làzílà hùwà kò sí bá báàlẹ̀ ẹni tó lè sọ pé kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Má wàá jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá ń bèrè orúkọ múvì yẹn torí à ń rí kọ́ọ̀dì ilé náà, òun náà pè ní heaven and hell. Ó mọ̀ pé heaven wọn níbì kan ní wà lókè, mi ò mọ̀ ní tó lọ tó padà. Gbogbo akọ̀ máa ń gbọ́ pé heaven wà níbì kan ni. Bọ̀ sórí hellfire yẹn ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ sọ fún Jagaban, ẹni kò jẹ́ ká negotiate peacefully. Fúlàní ní àwọn ń bọ̀. America government, US government, ó ní Nigerians àti àwọn ọmọ America. US embassy ó ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wọn, òun ni mo fi wọ̀nyí lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ó wọ́n àwọn citizen wọn. Wherever you are in Nigeria, avoid any military bases. Can we now say that every military basis in Nigeria has been compromised? The evidence is out there. That is the headline in the Komoso, People's Gazette. But so the letter here, because we are worried and scared because the situation in the military in the Middle East, ó fẹ́ ṣe àkóbá àdábáwá sínú Nàìjíríà ní America ṣe wọ́n àwọn citizen wọn. Bàbá kí wọ́n yẹ tí ń wà níbi ọdún 5, àmọ́ Tinubu tó débẹ̀ lẹ́nu nísìn ṣe ló gbójú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ báyìí. Ó ṣe bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé etí òun di kò gbọ́n kankan. Ó gbọ́ àmọ́ wọ́n ní ó sọ fún bàbá kí tó yẹ pé bàbá ẹ̀ náà jókòó sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. bàbá yẹn lọ jókòó sẹ́gbẹ́ kan, bàbá wa ní kí n rán ẹ létí pé ká sì lè negotiate. Ẹkún táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó ti ń sun láti ìgbà tí wọ́n ti kó wọn sínú Nàìjíríà, ara tó ní wọ́n a fẹ́ gbọ́n dànù. Ọ̀nà tá a lè fi gbọ́n dànù ni pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa, ká gba òmìnira tiwa, ká dá dúró àfẹ́ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́. Tó bá wá ní ó fẹ́ negotiate, wọ́n ní tó bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ á jẹ́ pé o fẹ́ jẹ́ kí àwọn Fúlàní túbọ̀ máa ṣe jàǹbá lórí wa, o dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ara máa ní wá, ara ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ ní wá mọ́, la ṣe ń pariwo pé a fẹ́ lọ. Hey, insecurity o ò lè kápá ẹ̀ mọ́ Tinubu, o ò lè kápá ẹ̀ mọ́, ó ti kọjá agbára ẹ̀, o ò lè kápá ẹ̀ mọ́. Amẹ́ríkà ti ń sọ nísìnyí fáwọn ọmọ wọn pé ẹ tètè evacuate. Ẹni tó bá mọ Tinubu, ẹni kó sọ fún rẹ̀ pé ṣé lùgádì tí ó kó gbogbo apapọ̀ nígbà tó ti bí Tinubu, ṣé kò wá dá kí Tinubu kó overturn ẹ̀, kó overrun ẹ̀, àbí kó overturn ẹ̀? Tó bá náà wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, àwa ò sọ pé nǹkan báyìí la fi ṣe. We will continue our campaign, but we will continue our mobilization. We will continue to tell the truth to the world that the country that has been put together needs now to come to an end. And that is the only thing we can do. We don't have the power, but we have what it takes upstairs to destabilize the system. US government probably knows something is coming. Is it a military coup? Is it an attack on the federal government? Is it the Fulani that are now coming more and more? Let me remind us that there was a bomb threat in Abuja. Not just a bomb threat, but it's actually a suicide bomber. A suicide bomber in Abuja happened some few weeks back. There was the US government that has all the resources that you can ever think of. We have now started seeing more of the suicide bomber across Nigeria. Let me give you some of the timeline quickly. Last week, there was a Kano bomb attack. There was Borno bomb attack. There was Plateau bomb attack. Could Lagos be the next location? Could Oyo State be the next location? Could Ogun State? Could Osun? Níbo ló máa jẹ́ the next location? Ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń dispute pé a máa lọ fún 2027 tí wọ́n bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bomb sí gbogbo ibi tí ó ti fẹ́ lọ ṣe election. Ǹjẹ́ ó ronú bẹ́ẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ ọmọ tí El-Rufai fẹ́ ṣe? Let me take you to ABC News, one of the news networks in the United States of America, where people pay for them to show their services. But Tabani Kesanwo fún Koiki Media, Kesanwo report wa kẹran wa lọ́wọ́, you will always say, why is it all about money? ABC News, as you can see, June 21, 2025, at 11:35 a.m. The headline: suicide bomber killed at least 10 people in a restaurant in the Northeast. Ìgbòho Nàìjíríà, bàbá Kító yálẹ̀ tètè gbòmìnira wa, wọ́n náà wọn ò fẹ́ wọṣọ funfun, wọ́n náà wọn ò fẹ́ jáde, àmọ́ bọ́ǹbù ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jáde báyìí. Now, in the last 5-day closer, now America is now saying to their citizens, don't go anywhere near that military installation, okay? Stay away from it. Stay away from it because there is going to be, I don't know, America, I told you 2 weeks ago out of Nigeria, but you're not going to believe me until it's going to happen. It will eventually happen because the Nigerian government doesn't have the capacity to stop it. Fulani has invaded every hooks and corners of Nigeria. We saw them bringing them to Lagos State as grasshopper. Suicide bomber kills at least 10 in a restaurant in the Northeast. A suicide bomber in Nigeria Northeast State of Borno State has killed at least 10 people, injured several others in an explosion in a restaurant. Are you thinking I'm thinking? Boom! A suicide bomber ó wọlé níbi táwọn èèyàn ti ń jẹun, ó pààyàn mẹ́wàá ní Saturday tó lọ yìí o, èyí ni Monday, Saturday 21 lélẹ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀. The blast occurred in Konduga area late on Friday, stroke Saturday. Police spokesman told the Associated Press. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. That means we don't even know either Namaharudawa, Boko Haram, ISWAP. They have kept mute. But Nigeria Northeast has been hit by attacks carried out by Islamic militants from the Boko Haram group and what they call the splinter, that is the Islamic State West African province. They are all operating. If you probably forgot, Osho State, last year, December, they already have the terrorist cells. Let me tell you, all those Okada rider, all those ones, the suicide bombers, they are just waiting. Boko Haram, Nigeria homegrown jihad, where Tinubu thinks that, yeah, go and fight them. Go and fight them. Who are they going to fight? The people that have been supported and sponsored by the same governors, from El Rufai to all those governors in the Northeast, I mean the Northwest with the in the North. They are the one that continue to sponsor these criminal terrorists that is killing millions of our people. Babakito wants to Tinubu, let us negotiate now. Over 35,000 civilians have been killed in town money in Borno State, Nicolonso, not Google Nigeria. More than 2 million people have been displaced. What the heck do we still want to keep in Nigeria? Idiot all over the place. Despite promises by ABC News, letting go you, and if you think you don't know what ABC News is about, I can give you a bit of their yes, the value of ABC News, so that you can understand that the power of the media is the most important thing. ABC News, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, is highly valued for its accurate news and information as part of a community offering value, insight into the current event and their significance. ABC News also emphasized the value of integrity. Koiki Media has been telling you, no, you don't want that. While your life is miserable and you cry every day for, I saw one video, police is beating me. I said, police never kill you. Only beating you, they cry. But when you tell the same person, let's break up, you say, no, I don't want to break. We're going to find a legal leadership. We're going to bring somebody, so you go for all fake people. That is the situation. Nobody knows what more is coming. Let me take you back to the Benue killings. Even after Tinubu visited, there have been more killings. But something is now happening. The Benue youth threatened mass protest. Protest is not going to solve it. Dissolution will solve it. If you like, protest from now to thy kingdom come. Benue killing, Nasarawa group dispute for thief claim calls for borders. 20 hours ago, Channels Television, Benue killing security operative announced arrest of suspect. If they say they don't arrest somebody, trust me, innocent people have been picked up. The real terrorists are still there, smiling and laughing. Let's come back to the reality. How much more do you want to keep Nigeria, Tinubu? How much more do you want the lives of your people to be killed, whether they are not Yoruba? We value every human life. Tinubu, negotiate now in the interest of everyone. Negotiate. There's nothing bad to lower your ego. If you don't, a lot can happen and unfold after 2027. But I want to draw the 2027. It is actually something with Bomo Yoruba, Nile Loko. But Asiko Tawayi, Asiko Shelashiwa, it is Asiko Ere. Yoruba nation is not a comedy. Yoruba nation is not a child's play. Yoruba nation is the value for dignity, respect of human lives, to end the shenanigans of the 1914 fraudulent amalgamation, to end the injustice that is taking place across Yoruba land today, and to remind those that are still saying that we should save Nigeria. Nigeria cannot be saved. Nigeria has come to the end, and we can never be one. Let everybody go their separate ways, and the future will be a brighter place for me and you. Anything short of that, we will all face the serious consequence of it. It is not late yet. Let us divide Nigeria now, Tinubu. Let us end Nigeria now. I am getting the breaking news. As I speak to you right now, Iran launches missiles towards the US base in Qatar, Ogwe today, another state. My team are just giving me the update as I speak to you right now that an attack has occurred. Let's go straight to that break. An attack has been already popping up by Iran in Qatar. The war is getting into another stage. Yeah, I can see it now. Let's give you the headline, the update. I'm going to open the phone line, and I'll be also inviting you to join us, as this is the only channel that is up to date, giving you as it's happening very fast. It's a breaking news. Let me give you some of the 4 major that has come on my screen. CNBC, a trusted news network like Koiki Media. Iran attacked a U.S. military base in Qatar. Remember, I told you yesterday that America warned Iran, if they bomb your papa, will attack us. Iran said, they bomb my papa, will attack you. Let's start it. Hey, la, 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 la. Al Jazeera flares over Qatar Doha explosion heard amid U.S.-Israel-Iran conflict. The Guardian, Israel-Iran wildlife explosion reportedly heard in Qatar amid fears. ABC News that I was still talking about, Israel-Iran update. Qatar closed airspace for safety of residents and visitors. It is becoming more interesting. This is what the Fulani will do for Tinubu come 2027. They will take out every airspace. They will take out the water. And they will take the land. Iran attacked Okawa because as I speak to you right now, I have already seen the Northerners in support of Iran. And that means, and many things would happen. Iran launched what it called a powerful and destructive missile strike on the United States Al-Udu military base in Qatar. The attack came 2 days after the US B-2 bomb on a cruise missile site in Iran. Donald Trump, Defense Secretary Uxet, Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Dan Ken, and other officials were in the White House Situation Room monitoring development, just like I am doing right now on the Koiki Media channel. Let us get the update. Let's watch this. It is going to be explosive, and many more lives will be lost. If you cannot find the means to negotiate Tinubu, you also bring in many life to be lost. And I believe we can go straight to the Sky News and pick up signal from there. And by the way, let's keep the support coming through so that we can be able to expand more. There are many things that we can still do, but for now, let's hear it as it's breaking this particular day. Sources to Fox imminent threat of Iranian attack. I'm sure I don't believe it. Mokibugualen can see Yoruba people, Yoruba nation is the only solution. Let's get the update as we have it right now. Iran has attacked the military base of America in Qatar. Koiki Media bring our doorstep. Bear with us, man, and it's going.
Time now for big breaking news coming in from Qatar this time. Explosions have reportedly been heard over Doha. Reports coming in citing Israeli officials say that Iran has long week. More reports are coming in of explosions being heard in Doha. Qatar decided to temporarily suspend air traffic in the country today as a precautionary measure due to regional security concerns. Authorities are closing and continuously monitoring the situation, assessing developments in coordination with regional and international.
News not Langboye. This is how Fulani has also been operating. Maiming, killing, raping. Identity will never come to true as we want it to be. But they're telling us to shut up.
Escalated. The British government followed the US in advising its citizens to shelter in place in Qatar.
So that is the development as we're watching it on the Koiki Media, and that is as it is. Cheripe, Oroyi, Otikoja, I gotta pick up this call. It's an urgent one, and I'll be back on my seat in just about a few minutes. I'll release the audio back on this while I return back in just about a few minutes.
Air traffic in the country to be a precautionary measure to reach security concerns. It is closely and continually monitoring the situation, assessing developments in coordination with regional and international partners. And this latest salvo of strikes by Iran in US air bases in the Gulf states was predicted, and now it is happening. And this according to Israeli officials who say that Qatar or Iran has started off with Qatar. Qatar's airspace shutdown coincides with Iran's threats to retaliate against the United States following US strikes on its nuclear facilities over the weekend. Earlier, the US Embassy in Qatar issued a warning to Americans in the Gulf to shelter in place until further notice as tensions in the region spiral. And the British government and the UK government followed suit by advising its citizens to take shelter in Qatar.
Wow.
Once again, this is breaking news coming in from Qatar, and explosions have reported in Doha, and this is according to a news official who says that some US bases in Qatar
Koiki Media Network
have been struck.
And now we're going to open the phone line, bringing the world to your doorstep. Àkọlé ètò tá à ń ṣe lọ kí ìjọba Tinubu kó dákun kó jọ̀ọ́. À ń bẹ ni àmọ́ ọmọ lódò ọdẹ ò ní gbẹ́bẹ̀ kó má jẹ́ kí in tó ń bọ̀ kó dà léun lórí tó bá dà lé lórí so be it. Àmọ́ àmọ̀ràn tí bàbá Akíntóyè ń sọ fún Tinubu lórí lẹ́tà tọkọ sí ní last month tí a dẹ̀ ti ṣe analysis lè tó pọ̀ tá a dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe lọ lálẹ́ yìí tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ gbà pé lóòtítọ́ lódodo bàbá Akíntóyè has our mandate at the appropriate time farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́ mi kó má misquote mi at the appropriate time to do whatever it does or whatever it can. Òyìnbó máa ń kọ́yàn lẹ́nu. Whatever it can and decide the fate of 60 million out of Nigeria. But to start with is what we have been told. Let's go out there and do the needful, continue our campaign through the means to exit the contraction known as Nigeria. Also, fast-moving development. America sọ fáwọn ọmọ wọn pé má gba iwájú military base kankan kọjá ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí torí pé ó léwu tó pọ̀. Má gbàgbé kọjá àwọn sọ fún ẹ àwọn rú ẹ. Try to avoid it. Èmi náà wá sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá bí America ọba sọ fún yín under this government that Tinubu is doing kò ní sọ òtítọ́ fún yín torí pé Tinubu ọmọ lódò ọdẹ irọ́ ti pọ̀jù nínú gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yìí and they have no capacity to support, assist every indigenous people as we speak today, and many lives will still be at stake. So that is coming as we continue this update, and I'll be taking all calls and also getting you ready as I send the link. StreamYard. The question I'll be asking is, can Tinubu negotiate with Yoruba people? Ǹjẹ́ President Tinubu lè negotiate pẹ̀lú ọmọ Yorùbá láti lè exit Nigeria? Ìbéèrè tí mo ń béèrè yẹn fún èyí tí ẹ máa gbọ́ díò yìí àtẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ ń wò wá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ǹjẹ́ President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ǹjẹ́ ó lè negotiate pé kí ọmọ Yorùbá kó dá dúró láìra pé à ń béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa tí kò rẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ mú jà wá? Thank you so much for the super chat, my big brother Aziz Badeshere. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbogbo ẹni tí ẹ bá fẹ́ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ilé iṣẹ́ lè ràn lọ́wọ́ o kò ń ṣe pé owó Yorùbá Nation ẹ̀ ń dá sí wa lọ́wọ́. No, you are helping this organization called Koiki Media, just like ABC News, CNN News, BBC News, Fox News, Sky News, and many, many more news like that. Most of them are partly funded by their government. While we don't have a government that can fund me, having you to fund me means you want us to stay afloat with our work as a media organization. So link here, I think you see that if you want to join the link now. And if you want to call in, the line is now officially open as I have now opened our Wi-Fi. So Moki Bogoa, let us see. Baba wa Ganolo is saying no, capital no, that Tinubu will not negotiate. Kilo de Tinubu should negotiate. Mokiba Yawa Onajiri Koka. Regards our bona fide mother Elizabeth Adesoya. Ona Okiyi. Moki Bugbo Enyomo Yoruba. They were on TikTok. I mean, I saw TikTok, but I was live on TikTok earlier today. If you have not joined my follow me on TikTok, please do so. As I speak to you right now, we have 2 Instagram operating simultaneously. We have 3 YouTube channels operating simultaneously. We have 2 Facebook operating. One of our Facebook has been suspended till July 13th. We are live on the Mixlr. We are live on the Twitter space. We are also live on the video of the Twitter. So that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11 channels. But all this channel still needs your help to project self-determination to the mind of those that believe that Tinubu 2027 is the solution. So why Tabando the calls, or those of you that will join through this, the link, I'm sending a link out. The link is just for you to click on it, add a studio, and we can have conversation and we can deliberate. The topic that we are using today at the day 12 of the Yoruba Nation mega rally. Some might say, yes, a media that is speaking like this, the government is aware that we're asking for something. And what we're asking for, that is what the media is projecting. So government, more the power of the media, they might tell you that they don't know the power of the media, but trust me, if nobody knows, Tinubu Jagaban knows very well. That the Yari is like France yesterday after my broadcast. I like a lot of feedback. And this individual message, I decided to communicate it with the top hierarchy of the movement. And something was came back out of what I was told. I'm trying to pull up my WhatsApp and then I can read. We have been able to come out for 12 days. That is a great bonus for us. The other way around. We might have been attacked. Many lives might be lost. We might be managing the crisis now, but don't be in denial that it might not change in the near future. How soon, I will leave that. But right now, and I'm reading from the message. I will not read it out, but I'll just do some analysis around it. After my broadcast, I got a message from France. They gave a lot of, evaluation of what we have done in the last 12 days, including today. And moving forward, I will not tell you some of what have been proposed. But one thing is, the evaluation has the rules and specific procedure. So in evaluation, we are not yet a government. We pray to be a government very soon. That is our future ambition. Ìwọ tó wá ń sọ pé bàbá bá sọjọ́ agbọ́dọ̀ lọ sọ fún bàbá yẹn kò lè jẹran mẹ́ta bó ṣe wá yẹn ó lọ sí pàtí kan pẹ̀lú Àtíkù àti Gowon gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá gbé ẹran mẹ́ta síwájú wọn lè jẹran mẹ́ta. And if you think that Obasanjo have interest for a Yoruba country, níbi tó ti kú lọ yẹn, he doesn't have any interest. So don't talk about Obasanjo. Is as useless as a she-goat. And don't talk about any of your elders, because the only elder tani only Baba Akintoye tí ó ń fi orí tó ti di àgbàlagbà tẹ́ bá ríru bàbá yẹn. So, kini purpose, reason that she not a country, affect by independence? No, let me put it this way. What is the purpose that she say Ama she Yoruba Nation mega rally? The purpose is to give us independence. Could see any other purpose. The only purpose of we coming out only way affect by orile dewa. So without a rally, could ignite the next thing? Can ignite? You must put fire to something before it burns. What is the scope? What is the scope of reason why we are out? Kini scope? Self-determination. Keep commenting and make sure let's push this broadcast further. Many Yoruba people are now determined that Yoruba nation is so right to, but on the because they from their mind, I won't believe Nigeria is a big conglomeration or whatever you want to call it, big industry. No, they say not carve out Yoruba. Jáde kúrò Nigeria. Miami tiwa, lọ́lọ́pàá tiwa. Àwọn táwọn pè ní warrior. Well, she warrior torí wọ́n níbọn. A warrior in any condition must have weapons. America sọ fún wa nígbà tí wọ́n lọ attack Iran pé we are grateful to our warriors. We don't have the capacity as that. But what we can do are not something that can be projected on the social media. Tabakon sọ díẹ̀ nú ẹ̀ tí ìdí mi sọ yẹn ó lè má jẹ́ yẹn la máa ṣe. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan la lè ṣe. So, purpose of the rally is to give us independence, self-determination to determine our political, economic ambition. We keep our Esther Tuga, sorry, JP, Triple DRS. Thank you so much. So, taban sọ̀rọ̀ pé à ń jáde fún rally, ká jáde fún rally. After rally yẹn kó lè ignite independence. The purpose, purpose, P-U-R-P-O-S-E. Anything you are doing, you must know a purpose. Tinubu is doing Nigeria because of his selfish ambition. Call it aircraft. I'll be president now. Moki Dizima 123. A crime against innocent person. Moki our Elizabeth Adesoya. At the monitor of the screen, please share the program. Baba Bankole Razak. Mokini Korodu, Mokini Badagri, Mokini Benin Republic. Daniel Adeyemi, good evening. Deputy, good evening. Daniel Adeyemi, good evening. So again, I'm getting some more updates. More update is coming. More update is coming. Iraq, Abi. Iraq has also been attacked. Iraq has been attacked. What is going on? The war is moving to another level. Yes, Iran, mid-state media says attack has begun on the US base in Qatar and Iraq. This is a breaking news coming on the Koiki media. As I speak to you right now, we are monitoring the situation in the Middle East. As I speak to us right now, you don't want to go out of this broadcast. You want to stay put. Madide, because the situation, let me tell you what the time is. The time now in Iran, as I speak to us, is exactly coming up to 9:30 p.m. local time. That means this is the time that the weapon have been projected and sent to the American base. We don't know how Donald Trump government will respond. But as I speak to us right now on my screen, as my team are monitoring the situation behind the scene, let me tell you, Iran state media says an attack has begun on the U.S. bases in Qatar and Iraq with explosion heard in Qatar. Al Jazeera report. We were talking about Qatar earlier, but it seems that it's not just Qatar, it's also happening in Iraq. All this is happening at a very, very fast pace. On Koiki Media, you're also getting the development, but we are still sticking to our own condition with Tinubu. What is the condition? Negotiate now. But war no choice because inti baba wa ni ka lo se niyan for now. Eyi de na se politics nínú state yin le handle àwọn ọmọ yìí. I can bet my life with it. Le handle wọn. Tẹ́ bá ra àwọn ọmọ yẹn tan no wọn legba lórí social media báyìí tí mo sọ fún pé ọ̀lẹ ni yín wọ́n ṣọ̀lẹ ọmọ kan ni wọ́n. Ìwọ olóṣèlú nínú state ẹ padà sílé jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe Yorùbá nation, ká gba Yorùbá country, ká wá jọ ṣòṣèlú tó ní wọ́rọ́wọ́ tó ní máa ṣàgùn síyàn kankan tó yẹ pé tó bá ti parí òṣèlú yẹn wàá tún lọ padà síbi iṣẹ́ àbí business tó bá ń ṣe. Òṣèlú ò kì í ṣe do or die. Tó bá náà fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ o lọ push for 2027 o fẹ́ push fún wàhálà ni because 2027 bá ṣe ń bá lọ ìfúlàní máa pa gbogbo yín, and that is what we are trying to avoid. So thank you so much, my team. I'm working around the clock. Development is going on. I will see if I can get any Alimari much of the media of the attack. But for now, Iran has attacked American air base in Qatar and also in Iraq. So those two places are under severe attack. The situation is getting, the US evacuate all the military equipment from Qatar a week ago. Iran attacked a complex empty base. Well, that is what I'm getting from one of the news networks. Meanwhile, a video has surfaced online that was released by Iranian media after the strike in Qatar. One thing we know is that we have already said it again and again, it is going to be a real war, and that war is already going right now. So that's the breaking news. If you want to join the broadcast, you have my phone number, you can call into the show, or otherwise, you can just join. I don't know if anybody has joined yet, but we just continue to monitor the situation. The game of numbers, according to Dizima 123, the game of number has always been something that the Northerners have used. A game of numbers on the long run to overrun as we face essential threat, and the world must not turn a blind eye because it is a mistake to do so. Triple DRS says, and I quote, it's only in Nigeria that they see politicians as a full-time job. So, Yoruba, what you might not understand, the account details is posted again on the comment section in case you're not aware. Please remind yourself that it is voluntary if you can do so. And support to back to back. Koiki Media wanted to stay afloat. Many people wanted to go down, but those of you that support it financially are the one helping the situation. And we need that financial support because there is a lot that we are doing on this platform that needs that support. My question has not yet been answered. President Bola Tinubu, as we're monitoring the situation in the Middle East, with the situation in Nigeria, about Jackie broadcast, they could lose 500. Oh, my help, they back thumbs up, they back she this, they back she that. But they back share, they joke sinu. I'm a pound on Loshe, one share. I'm a couple of pollution so Koiki, the question is, Kilodeti Tinubu, she back, we kill Yoruba, Kudaduro. I'm going to like to suffer, yes. But she Tinubu lay hold her down, or they hold her down. All we are saying is Tinubu must negotiate now. Moki our grace, Olushoto. Yoruba nation is a mosque and a task that must be done and established either we like it or not. Whether Onifesi, look, even if you're a Yoruba person, Onifesi responsibility to Anipeka, you ekuro inu ewu because inu ewu lower. Inu ewu gidi lower. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fún Tinubu pé ṣé o fẹ́ maintain lugard or ṣé o fẹ́ maintain ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? You can negotiate. Tó o bá jẹ́ kí ego ẹ kó jẹ́ pé òun ló fi control ẹ. If you want to help us through the PayPal, musakalam1@yahoo.com. Without money, you cannot run a media organization. Media is because they're well equipped and well funded. And they are not funded because it really anything. It says it right there, donate. Media to buy really progress. It will continue to ask for donation. If otherwise, what is the brown envelope? And we know how the Nigerian media have all relied on the brown envelope, and that means they're being controlled. We don't want to have that situation. So the number to the studio, if you have never called in before, you can take the chance and call. Negotiate. Negotiate. At what point need Tinubu man negotiate Belua? Because only dear. Our country story for the God. If anybody believes that shit or nonsense, you are wasting your energy. The country. Story for the God. Google can say Nigeria is still a country. Yoruba is not a country. Just to remind the gullibles. Don't say I want to be a country. A declaration is not yet been made by Babakitoye. Babakitoye has the mandate to make that declaration at the appropriate time. Studio number, a safe number here. That is the number you can call in at any time. Tabanshi program. Support Koiki Media is always voluntary. Remember that. Triple DRS ni Ashakeni want to get it in the He wants to be the president. He has been the president. What more would a man want on Titi Obapanu? Tinubu Makpanu. We are still calling you, not that I believe you will do it, but at what stage Tinubu accept it? I'm negotiating on it. At what stage can somebody help us? At what stage would President Bola Tinubu accept a negotiation of a Yoruba nation out of Nigeria? Shodibati over the firepower. Shodibati wabara sin power no shikini epada. Shodibati no badi gbas igbos to di pe olomo momomo. Shegba eni Tinubu ma negotiate. Why is Tinubu proving difficult? Ejaka para sorry analysis. Tan lo lekan esegoni ko to di pe update wa lekan. Kini update now? Oni pe Iraq has attacked 2 American bases. But let's go back to the purpose. What is the purpose of this Yoruba nation? Koiki, all this you are doing, what is the purpose? Some are thinking because their brain cannot see the bigger future of a government where Yoruba will be known as Yoruba, with a Yoruba passport, Yoruba economy, Yoruba bank, Yoruba airline. It can be done in these centuries. Koiki, only about 30 years from now. Oh, no way, I need America. Ṣé Iran ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ America ní sin kó tó attack American base? Ìdí tí a ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìn tẹ́ máa ń bá wa pé Fúlàní pa wá kí la máa ṣe sí. What sort of question is that? Tó bá pààyàn, you would do exactly the same. Kò sí àní níbẹ̀. Because Fúlàní tó pa yẹn, ó sì máa pa ọmọ Yorùbá mi tẹ́ ẹ bá take it out. You take them out. But the purpose of Yoruba nation, onípa fi gba independent, anything short of that is a lie. It's about independent. What don't me? It's about country. No, it's about country. Okay, don't be fooled by any of those that are telling you it's about country. So back country, country. How can you say you have a country? Declare Yoruba nation. We have all the right to bring down the Nigerian flag across all the schools in Yoruba land, across every institution that represents a Yoruba government, and a Yoruba flag will be up there. In the border Benin, signposted Benin, but flag you. So, take the Yoruba nation as a country, but we are working towards it. Our prophet it cannot even do it at his last month in office. He's given second time in office, so there is no need of wasting our time. We're expecting him to call Baba Banji Akitoye. Baba Bioduni, President Tinubu ni gbọ́ràn Koiki. Tebami points tèmi náà síta kò ní gbọ́ràn ọmọlódò ọdẹ. President Tinubu won't listen because we have been warning that from the grassroots, assuming if they wanted to hear us, they could have responded to our request, which is the letter. Article Koni last year, Article Koni May. But Tinubu fe maintain Lugard. Triple DRS says, and I quote in the comment section, whoever is still asking why we want our nation should go back and sleep and never wake up forever. Amen. Then, torí pé ọ̀dàlẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá obìnrin ló máa béèrè pé kí ni ìdí tí ẹ ṣe ń ṣe rally, kí ni ìdí tí ẹ ṣe ń pariwo lórí social media, then disturb space wa. Ó máa lọ́wọ́ pẹ́lá nígbà yẹn, àbí kó ló máa wo àwọn olóṣèlú àrí social media ní òkè mi ò dá gbogbo wọn mọ̀. Mo kí ẹ kẹ́kẹ́ òkú, mo kí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ní gbogbo platforms, àfojúpa yín rẹ́. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká jọra wa lójú. Ẹ̀sìn yàtọ̀ sí bá fẹ́ gba country, má fẹ́ sin má fi bá wa ṣàdúrà lé lórí, but má sọ pé tá bá gba country, ìṣẹ̀ṣe la máa ṣe, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣe nínú ẹ̀. Eléyìí tó ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà nísìnyí tó ń lo Christian àti Muslim, kí ló já sí látijọ́ ẹ̀? Baba Joseph Boboye, wọ́n ní Koiki gbọ́wọ́ síbẹ̀. Tinubu cannot negotiate with the Yoruba. He is waiting for 2027. Ẹ má dúró de o. Koiki eléyìí tó tún gbé wá ìkó fẹ́ yé wa o. Ìbéèrè ni. Ó wà lára lẹ́tà tí bàbá kọ sí Tinubu, èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ. Bàbá ní kó negotiate, ká lọ wá àwọn negotiating team, àwa ti ní tiwa. Kóhùn mú àwọn tó máa mú jáde. Bó jẹ́ márùn-ún ni, bó jẹ́ mẹ́fà ni, ká kóra wa lọ sí Vienna. Ká dẹ̀ make a decision yẹn, káwa exit. Kí Tinubu dẹ̀ máa control Nigeria láti north kó fi ilẹ̀ Yorùbá sílẹ̀. Tó o bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. In tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀, èmi kọ́ ni máa sọ. That is all I know. But mo wá béèrè pé ṣé ó dìgbà tó bá dé stage kan tí kinní yẹn wọ, ẹ mọ̀ pé tí yóò bá ń jẹ egungun tó bá ha ẹ lọ́fun tó o bá tètè rí ẹ̀bà fi tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, egungun yẹn lè ṣe jàǹbá fún ẹ. Ṣé Tinubu fẹ́ dúró dìgbà tí jàǹbá bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ni kó tó negotiate? Because even tá a bá jà náà a sì máa padà lọ negotiate náà ni. Negotiate yẹn wá mí pé a ti lọ finally. Kò mí pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Bí Dangote bá ṣe fẹ́ wà lọ́dọ̀ wa, a máa san tax fún gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. But Sanwó-Olú àtàwọn gọ́vnà yín nísìn, àwọn jẹgúrújẹrá, gbogbo wọn prepare party system wọn. Wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé nísìn ọ̀rọ̀ party system kọ́, ó máa di ṣuata yán pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ skátàskátà. Ẹni máa kú ló máa kú, ẹni máa yè ló máa yè. Ikú kan ọ̀dẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù ba ọmọ Yorùbá torí pé ikú kan ò ní pa wá. Gbogbo ọ̀tá lẹ̀ Yorùbá pátá lẹ̀ jẹ́yìn ní ilẹ̀ máa mú. Torí pé in tá à ń béèrè fún yìí, in tó máa ràn wá lọ́rùn lénìí, lọ́la, lọ́jọ́ iwájú ni, kí la wá ń sá fún. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tó lọ mú the good news path to prosperity tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ fún wa pé eléyìí làwọn nǹkan tá a máa ṣe. Àwọn tó dàbí bíi tá a lè pè ní manifesto ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìnyí, kò tí ì sí constitution Yorùbá nísìnyí, àmọ́ there is still hope that Yoruba constitution will be the best constitution, far away from the Latin constitution of 1954 tó lórí burúkú Britain tó kó lé wa lọ́wọ́. Let me remind you that this constitution, àwọn constitution olè tí Britain craft together tó fi jalè, ààrẹ ló ń pè ní Latin constitution. Àti ṣe program ní lórí rí. Mo kí bàbá wa dé níyì. Wọ́n ní bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ should speak boldly. Wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀. Forget about Ọọ̀ni máa sọ̀rọ̀ kankan, gbogbo yẹn fàbú ni. King Charles ló ń control gbogbo wọn. Mo ti sọ fún yín tẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹni kọ́ ṣe communicate kan ní mo parọ́ mọ́ gbogbo wọn. And if you don't know, as of today, I have the video. King Charles invite Ukraine president. Mélòó ni Ukraine sí Nigeria? Àbí sílẹ̀ Yorùbá rather. And let me see if I can quickly find the video. King Charles ó ní kí Ukraine prime minister kó máa bọ̀ káwọn jọ kíra wọn. Ìwọ wá ń sọ pé Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀, forget about Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀, ẹ má dárúkọ Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀. Ọọ̀ni ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé Tinubu ló ń control, ó ní remote control gbogbo àwọn ọba yẹn. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fún Tinubu pé ṣó nígbà tó bá wọnú wóró sí wóró tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ wá ń lọ, òun la ti rí nísìn. Wọ́n ní ká Amẹ́ríkà ṣe sùúrù, Amẹ́ríkà ló ń wọlé ṣe sùúrù. Àwọn tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà nísìn wọ́n protest ń lọ burúkú l'Amẹ́ríkà báyìí náà. But America ní in the interest of America lòun lọ ṣe tóun lọ ṣe, that's fine. Tí bàbá Akíntóyè náà ṣe tán ṣe in the interest of Yoruba people ní ọkọ̀kan lè gbọ́dọ̀ sọ sí. And that is why we are saying let's find a lasting peace. But báwo la ṣe fẹ́ wá peace nígbà táwọn tá à ń béèrè peace lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó fi dá wa lóhùn. Now I think I have the video from the north. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo video tó ń bọ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ wọn northern part of Nigeria in support of Iran. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́. That is the image coming from the northern part in support of Iran. Moki Baba Sikiru Oluwasegun. We are 2 hours to the program. We have just about 1 hour left before the end of this broadcast. I should review why Tinubu now must follow the path of the good news, path to prosperity for Orile-Ede Yoruba, written by Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the Alano himself, the man that saw the vision that Yoruba is far greater than Nigeria. Why would you, as Omo Yoruba, Nigeria is greater than Yoruba? Because the more you are interested in Nigeria, Nigeria will supersede Yoruba people, and Nigeria has no authority over our lives anymore. We don't have everything in the possession that could have been useful, but the future government to kickstart and work straight away is already on the ground in Yoruba land. All we need to do is to move the motion at the appropriate time for Baba Akíntóyè to declare Yoruba nation. The good news path to prosperity in our Orile-Ede Yoruba. I want to bring it up in just about a few minutes. Bear with me. The good news path to prosperity in our Orile-Ede Yoruba. The time is now for us to leave. Let's watch the video again one more time as the Northerners are saying to Tinubu, we will not give you the mandate in 2027. Tinubu, toss off. I will rig the election, and that means we should expect in many crises and destructions of lives and property by the Fulani terrorists, as America is warning their citizens to evacuate now and do not visit any military installation across any part of Nigeria. So the situation is not going to come easy for Tinubu to want to negotiate, but he needs to be bold to do so. If he fails to do so, he would have no other choice to do so at some point when things get heat up. Because Nigeria right now, I've seen some news coming out from Benue State that they are now asking for the breakup of Nigeria. Maybe because now they are losing more lives. We have lost many lives, as over 28,000 died during Buhari's regime, while we lost about 15,000 so far. Yoruba people have died in the space of 2 years of this government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mukibaba Michael Cross. Ekrole, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti wá jíjẹ múmu lọ. Aago méjì àbọ̀ ló fẹ́ lù níbi táwa ti ń transmit lẹ́yìn ní 23rd oṣù kẹfà ọdún 2025. Kí ló ń ba Tinubu lẹ́rù? Nǹkan kan ò bá lẹ́rù. Èyí tí Tinubu fẹ́ jẹ látara tó fẹ́ fi support àwọn Europeans. Bóyá àwọn kankan tó ti ṣe síta tó fi jẹ́ kí aráyé mọ̀. But kò ní ní choice. He would have to negotiate with us. Koiki, but ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe iná lẹ́sẹ̀ máa wá rí gbà? It is almost getting closer to the final closure. I hope you understand what I mean by that. In tí ọba ń gbé tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tó gbọ́n Yorùbá dáadáa nísìnyí wá ní alágbẹ̀dẹ tó ń lu kinní kan tó ń lu tó bá yá tó ọba tẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa á fi pàjá. We are still running it in a manner that many people think that we are stupid. But the purpose yẹn gangan mo fẹ́ ká mú dání má gbàgbé bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá lọ tó bá bọ̀, purpose ta fẹ́ fi gba Yorùbá nation ni pé a fẹ́ gba independence wa. Bá pariwo sókè, bá bu Tinubu gan ti sọ nínú last broadcasting àmú gbọ́. Ó ní tó bá bú òun democracy láwà. So kí ló fẹ́ parẹ́ lórí Tinubu fún? One bastard, formally. Ó ní wọ́n bú Tinubu, kí ní pẹ̀lú Tinubu? Ó jẹ lára family ẹ̀ ni. Láti jọ tó ti wọlé ní ṣe economy ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún ẹ, idiot all over the place. Tinubu ó sọ ní democracy day. Ó ní democracy láwà. Ó ní tó bá wọn Koiki kó bú òun látòkè délẹ̀. Àmọ́ òun ní negotiate pẹ̀lú yín. But Tinubu tó ò bá negotiate ní peace. Òun ìjà tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Iran nìsín. Tó bá ever rí document rí bá pàdé rí, go now and look for it. Ó wà lórí Koiki Media website www.koikimedia.com àbí ti international news wa. Ó lè lọ sórí website wa ti international news kò rí any advert lórí ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe pàwọn náà ní ìdòwò. But we left it like that so that you go in there, no pop up. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátá ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní document lọ́wọ́. Má ní kí n send ẹ̀ sí ẹjọ́, ẹ má bínú. Ó wà lórí ibi tẹ́tí máa lọ mú. Ó wà straightforward. A lè resend ẹ̀ fún orí WhatsApp wa, because now that my WhatsApp is connected to my laptop. But let's go back to the message that came from France after my broadcast yesterday. 5 things were sent to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Purpose, independent, scope, self-determination. Can you mean in scope? S-C-O-P-E. Scope. The meaning of the word. Toyin Boba sọ pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó bá mọ Yorùbá meaning scope ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín. The extent of the area or subject matter. Ẹ rí pé tá a bá ń ṣe program níbí by self-determination, but lórí àwọn platform mi máa rí pé ẹ máa da mind àwọn èèyàn rú. Let's keep to the ẹ jẹ́ tá a bá tẹ̀ lọ ẹ rí pé gbogbo bí ṣe ń lọ màá tún padà wá sílé pé lórí Yorùbá nation yẹn self-determination, so that ẹ̀mí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́mi wà too much ní Middle East because problem tí wọ́n nìyẹn, but ó máa dọ́dọ̀ tiwa náà. But the more tá a bá ti mọ̀ pé tá a bá ti gba independent wa a lè reduce tension tó fẹ́ wá láti Middle East wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá. But ọmọ Yorùbá ní sẹ́jọ́ kò níbi tó ti mú pẹpẹ sùn sórí tó bá gbọ́ báwò ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Borno State ní kò ṣe mí ni mo náà ní jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ okay mo ti gbọ́. 10 people died in Borno State on Saturday níbi táwọn ti ń jẹ pẹpẹ sùn níbi táwọn náà ti ń jẹ pẹpẹ sùn. So the scope tó bá sọ pé scope ẹ tó bá mọ meaning scope lédè Yorùbá ẹ bá mi fi sínú comment section. Tá bá ní scope, let's keep it as clean as it is. Self-determination. Kò ṣe kí ni self-determination ṣe pẹ̀lú APC? So tẹ́ bá ní Ìgbòho ṣiṣẹ́ fún Tinubu kí Tinubu fẹ́ àkáǹtẹ̀ sílẹ̀ náà èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ìmá ṣiṣẹ́ fún Tinubu kó má tún fẹ́ àkáǹtẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ẹni kí Tinubu sọ pé kó padà wá sílé ẹ ti fi tẹ́tí máa mọ̀ pé làákàyè lòmíì gúgúrú àtẹ̀pà tó jẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ kò rí jẹ mọ́. The extent of the area or subject matter that something deals with or which it is relevant. Kí ni ó relevant ní gbogbo tí mo ti sọ látàrọ́ ṣe ṣé tí mo tán ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà ló relevant nínú in tó relevant sáwà ni pé Yorùbá fẹ́ dá dúró lábẹ́ pé kó ṣèjọba rẹ̀, kó ní identity tiẹ̀, kó dẹ̀ lè máa ṣe kíni, kí wọ́n lè máa pàṣẹ ara wọn. That is what we are talking about. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, ó dà pé àwọn kan ti fún mi ní Yorùbá translation ẹ̀. Scope is agbọ́n yín ní ké. Ṣé mo pronounce? Ẹ má bínú, màá tuntun wò dẹ̀, bóyá mo rí dáadáa, but at least scope ni mo ṣàlàyé ní èdè òyìnbó, but wọ́n ní agbọ́n ọgbọ́n, òkè ó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ síbẹ̀, ọgbọ́n àyíníke, ọgbọ́n àyíníke. So à ń náà ṣe Yorùbá nation, àwa ṣe ń lọ báyìí gírígírígírí, àwọn ń darí àwọn èèyàn, à náà ṣe Yorùbá nation. Bàbá kan sọ̀rọ̀ ibi tó kówó sí, ṣé ibi tó kówó sí là ń bèrè nísìnyí ni àbí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation? Ọgbọ́n àyíníke, ẹ ṣé gan ni, ọgbọ́n àyíníke. Let's keep it as it is. Má dàbí àwọn èèyàn rú, ó wà ní WhatsApp group, wọ́n náà ṣe self determination, ó wá tẹ̀ tó sọ pé bóyá àbí ká lọ ṣe APC, ká lọ ṣe PDP. Ó mọ tó ń ṣe mọ́ nìyẹn náà. Ókè, gbogbo àwọn tó láwọn ṣe Yorùbá nation, tó láwọn lọ ṣe APC, ẹlòmíì gan kò rí nǹkan kan gbà níbẹ̀, wọ́n sunkún padà wálé ni. Don't be deceived. The only future now is the good news, path to prosperity, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Wọ́n ní scope has many translations in Yorùbá, ṣé gan ni. So let's go further. Back to the message tó wá láti France. Ó di méjì. Objective. Kí ni objective wa? The small groups gathering in neighborhood street. Ẹ jáde kẹ́ lọ ṣe mega rally ní àdúgbò yín, mo kẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́wà lórí mixlr. Wọ́n ní kó jáde, lómi ní kílókíló ta ṣe máa jáde. Irú rally wo lélẹ̀ kẹ́? Irú rally wo lẹ tún gbé báyìí kẹ́? But rally yẹn nísìnyí kò tí pààyàn kankan. Àìtí gbọ́ láti 12 days nísìnyí pé ọlọ́pàá mú èèyàn. Ara àwọn tó lọ sóṣòdì lánàá tó lọ ṣe ìtọ́ni kan ṣe yó. But when people do not want to listen, they will try to put bitterness. Nítorí pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ ṣe, ó tún wá confuse ẹlòmíì pé kó má ṣe, nítorí pé kò mọ objective níta gbé dání. Many of you don't know the objective. Ẹ ti sọ di àwàdà, ẹ ti sọ di eré. But when you know the objectives, ó di mẹ́ta, a ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí purpose, scope, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa objective. What is the objective? Group kékèké. Tó bá wáyé àwa ṣe taláriwo ńlá gbáà wò. Ìtọ́ni ká lọ ṣe nísìn. Why are we proving difficult to do it? Why? Kí ló dé tá a fi ṣe? Kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé Tinubu yẹn la fẹ́ ṣe? Tinubu yẹn a sì máa ṣe mọ́ ní káwọn ọba, àwọn olóṣèlú àti Tinubu kó gbogbo wọn ní canvas lẹ́sẹ̀. Nítorí pé eré kan máa wà tájọ́ máa bára wa sá tí negotiation àfi wá mú Yorùbá nation jáde, tó máa mú declaration jáde. Ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ ni, kò ní pẹ́ mọ́. I can assure you that. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká quickly ká lọ sí àwọn tó ti ń jáde tí Ọlọ́run fi sí nínú pé kó jáde, tí wọ́n ò dàbí ìwọ. Torí pé tá bá fi dídà wọ ni, ò ní ṣe kankan. Arákùnrin, kódà ó ya passport ẹ̀, fídíò yẹn wà lọ́wọ́ wa. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló wà o. Ẹ wo fídíò tí bàbá yìí ṣe fún wa láti ìlú Ìbàdàn.
Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin pé ẹ̀bẹ̀ mo kàn bẹ̀. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo tún wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin òṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlẹ̀ lọ pé ó ń bọ̀ àwọn ládẹ́dẹ o. À ń pariwo ó ń bọ̀, ó ti wá súnmọ́ wa báyìí o. Kódà ó ti wà ní gbogbo wa báyìí. Gbogbo tí olóyè Ìgbòho Sunday Ìgbòho ń sọ́njọ́ kìíní àná ṣe kó tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí o. Gbogbo tí Koiki media ń sọ láti UK níjọ́ kìíní àná ṣe kó tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Gbogbo tí bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè sọ níjọ́ kìíní àná ṣe kó tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí o. Ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá tó àsìkò, àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá tí kìí ṣe ọmọ àlè ní kojú ìjà sáwọn Fúlàní mọ́. Ẹ̀yin là ń bọ̀ àbá o. Ẹ̀yin ọba aládé àti ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ lajú ilẹ̀ títà àlùbọ̀ ń kó wọ́ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀rọ̀ kan báyìí. Ṣé rí ẹ̀ pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ kínní, mo ya international passport mi, mo ní mi ò ní gba Nigeria passport mi, èmi never gbà in my life. Mi ní never gbà.
Now, kò ṣe gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ló lè ṣe tí ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí ṣe, but ẹni tó ti make up mind ẹ̀, ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó ṣì ń because kò mọ objective. Àwọn tó gbọ́ Yorùbá bí èmi lọ, wọ́n ní objective means èròǹgbà wa. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń sọ nǹkan kan ní gbogbo ẹ̀sìn. Wọ́n ní èròǹgbà ju àníyàn àbí àníyàn ó ju kinní kan lọ, but èròǹgbà wa ni pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá country. Ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n ń béèrè pé ẹ ti sọ fún Tinubu, ṣe ti sọ fún Babangida, ṣe ti sọ fún Gowon, ṣe ti sọ fún Délé Momodu, ṣe ti sọ fún gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá leaders. Ṣé Délé Momodu fẹ́ kẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation? Ṣé irú Délé Momodu yẹn ṣe fò pé kò mọ Yorùbá ni? Ó mọ Yorùbá dáadáa, ọmọ Edo state ní lóòótọ́, but ó gbọ́ Yorùbá jù mí lọ. ó ti travel ju anybody lọ láyé ìkùsíbi tó ti dé ó mọ value ibi tí Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ dé àmọ́ kò ní objective pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ is another campaign of olóṣèlú tó wà lábẹ́ àwọn olóṣèlú tó wá bá wọn ṣe kò fẹ́ bínú kò fẹ́ kọ́ bá wọn jà kò dẹ̀ fẹ́ bínú because tí Délé Momodu bá jáde kó declare Yorùbá nation income ẹ̀ máa reduce bẹ́ẹ̀ mi náà ṣe reduce income mi nísìn bó ṣe rí nìyẹn ọmọ income tẹ̀mí náà rí ọmọ income tó kúrò lára mi ni ó lè mọ̀ kò ń ṣe pé àwọn àjẹlára olóṣèlú tẹ́lẹ̀ but the fact that a fi gbogbo blood wa fi sínú ẹ̀ ó kọ́kọ́ reduce revenue tó fi wọlé fún wa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ wá ń sọ pé ó yá Koiki kébi má bàa pa ẹ́ àti ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ tó ní okó dání sọ́wọ́ ó yá gbà ẹni gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ àmọ́ fight ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ni mo ní nọ́mbà wọn lọ́wọ́ but I haven't spoken to him now the last time tí abẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ náà sọ̀rọ̀ kò dẹ́ pé mo bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n wá ṣe interview kan fún Ìgbòho nínú ilé ẹ̀ ní 2021 I stopped that interview because mo rí ibi tí question àwọn tó ń béèrè question kan tó fi máa twist Ìgbòho I ended that broadcast èmi ni mo ended nínú ilé Ìgbòho níjọ́ yẹn I know he has visited Ìgbòho but he has not come out and said that òun fẹ́ Yorùbá nation self-centered selfish interest because ọmọ àkótó wọn bá sọ gbogbo àwọn northerners tó ń gbọ́ Awólọ́wọ̀ ẹ̀ indirectly and directly àwọn tó ń fún ní support yẹn kọ́kọ́ já wálẹ̀ nà and that is the reason why wọ́n ní according to the context scope means areas where our desire will cover bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí mo sọ látẹ̀kọ́ náà nìyẹn torí pé tabana ṣe Yorùbá nation kí làwọn media wa tún divert mind wa lọ sí many places tó kàn wá kí ni kàn wá pẹ̀lú many things tá à ń sọ Yorùbá nation láfẹ́ lọ Yorùbá nation láfẹ́ Yorùbá nation láfẹ́ area yẹn gbọmọdé ká polish dáadáa báwo ni la ṣe máa polish ẹ ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe tọ̀hún olúkálukú ló yẹ kó máa mú idea wa lórí platform ẹ but platform tèmi lọ́mọ wájú kò lé lórí ṣẹ́rí Koiki yẹn bó ṣe wà láfíríkà yẹn nísìnyí owó èrè èyí tó yẹ káwọn náà lo the same area yẹn pé báwo la ṣe máa enhance àwọn tí à ń sọ fún nílé pàfẹ́ lọ yes a lè fẹ́ everybody lówó but tí Yorùbá nation bá débi tó yẹ kó dé níbi tí ó bá ti di gbàsìgbòs gbogbo oúnjẹ tẹ máa jẹ inú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló wà nídìí láti máa lọ wá níta because everybody mọ bí tẹ́ máa ti lóúnjẹ akọ̀kọ̀rọ̀ fúnra wa ní nígbà covid ẹ̀wà oúnjẹ jáde kò tí ì dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó bá dé bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sọ fún yín mo ti sọ yẹn síta tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn òṣìṣẹ́ lè fi pamọ́ Ọbásanjọ́ fami òun kọ́ ló ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló wà àyàwọnú bẹ́ẹ̀ ìtàbá lè jẹ àmà jẹ níbẹ̀ àwa la ní ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ tún lè wà another farm níbò míì tàbí olóṣèlú ló ní because àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn wọ́n ti kó oúnjẹ káàkiri nísìn tó fẹ́ fi ṣe campaign olórí burúkú ní 2027 ẹ máa fi mú sílẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn trailer tó ń wọlé lóru yẹn ẹ máa bèrè pé kí ló wà nínú ẹja wálé báyìí ló dùn tó bá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹja gbogbo ẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ẹ bèrè pé mo náà kó lọ wọn kó pamọ́ ni fún election olórí burúkú tó ti fi wá ṣe wọ́n wá fi ibi pẹ̀yìn nísìn so that is exactly why I say the next one tán lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ká tó padà sọ́dọ̀ brother mi náà ya passport òun fídíò ìwà lọ́wọ́ mi I still have that video kò ń ṣe pé kò fi travel but ó ti weigh option yẹn pé ó better kóhun takú sínú area tàfẹ́ yìí purpose objective ẹlòmíì nísìn objective ẹ ni pé ó dìgbà tó bá rí Ìgbòho kóhun tó jáde tó bá rí Ìgbòho kò lè jáde objective ẹ nìyẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ rí Ìgbòho ká tó jáde bí Ìgbòho ló máa wá fún ní energy tó máa fi jáde ní o I don't know many people like that do not understand what we are fighting for ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ fún ilé nǹkan freedom fighter o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ tó ń ṣe you got to know what you are doing ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sọ bàbá yìí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó ń sọ fẹ́yìn olóṣèlú pé ẹ máa mú canvas tó da sọ́wọ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá jẹ́ kí a lọ ní wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́ èmi sọ my wife doesn't like it when I say it ó máa di wàhálà ó máa di nǹkan mí sí lọ́rùn agbára yóò rẹ̀ ká ṣe rí gbogbo ilé ìtẹ̀sí ṣe tán bá ń ṣe atẹ́gùn tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ sí collapse ni màá lọ gbé fídíò yẹn padà wá again ẹ jẹ́ lọ gbé fídíò yẹn padà wá mo kí bàbá mi òkìkí ọlá òkì mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀ mo fi kí Azeez Bade ṣeré mo kí ẹ ẹni tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ebi pa àbúrò ẹ ẹ̀yin náà má jẹ́ kí ebi pa wá ẹ support wa káwa náà lè ṣe kí ni ká lè ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan fẹ́ ṣe mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa náà ní gbogbo platform láì fojú pa yín rẹ́ mo kẹ́yìn bàbá wa mo kẹ́yìn ìyá wa mo kẹ́yìn bàbá tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin ni wọ́n lò torí mélòó náà ní ibo ìwé mélòó ní ibo gbogbo wọn fi sọ ìwé ìlú lọ́ka wọ̀ kàwé kankan àwa iná la kàwé àwa la ṣiṣẹ́ ní civil service lóòótọ́ náà àwa kọ̀ọ̀kan náà corrupt níbẹ̀ but àwa ní Nàìjíríà forí ẹ̀ fagbọ̀ jù ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà forí Nàìjíríà ká fi fagbọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá dárò ń bá ẹ má bẹ̀rù ẹ̀yin bẹ́ẹ̀ ti dàgbà kílẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù ẹ máa fàdúrà tí àwa lẹ́yìn àwọn ọmọ yìí bàbá mi àní I wish I was your age I wish no ẹ má wọlé bàbá ẹ̀yin máa fàdúrà tí àwa lẹ́yìn torí ilẹ̀ lérí kò tí sì bá ẹni tó máa ní káàní débẹ̀ níbi táwọn bá lọ yìí we would all have to defeat the enemies. Who are the enemies? The politicians. Àwọn gangan ni enemies that doesn't want us to break away from the madness. Mo fi lọ mú fídíò yẹn padà wá ní o. Mo fi sáré mú fídíò tá à ń gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. Mo ń bọ̀. So mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Koiki bọ́tà like Yorùbá nation tẹ́ ń pè yẹn. Ṣe yẹ ká pè lórúkọ mi. Ẹ fi yẹn sílẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀ brother mi. Àti bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn náà wọ̀n ní gbọ́. Mo ń bọ̀ brother mi. All we are saying is that give us this freedom. Fẹ́ wàhálà. Like Yoruba like wàhálà. But tẹ́ bá ti di pé ẹ lọ push wa tẹ́ ẹ ti push wa. Wàhálà ìbọ̀. There's no doubt about it in my mind. There is no doubt. Many of you knows it because wàhálà tó ń bọ̀ yẹn I gbọ́dọ̀ stop it because the Fulanis will not stop until they conquer every part of Nigeria. If anybody thinks that they're going to stop, as you're watching me right now, if you ever think that the Fulanis will just back away and they're for what I'm doing, Koiki to give up, you must be living in a different planet. America might Iran attack. America might Iran attack. That is the kind of position that we should stand as well. We would do everything within the power of our land to take Yoruba out of Nigeria. Koiki kí lẹ máa ṣe, mo ní láti sọ fún ẹ. But we will do whatever it takes. So you know, sometimes I look at, I sit back and sometimes if you go going on a money, sometimes I look at them and just okay, the governor of Osun State, campaign, security government. State negotiate peacefully. Ó ṣe pé a fi ń bu olúkálukú ló ní health issue tiẹ̀ olómọ tó gbé dání sínú okun ẹ̀ bó ṣe bá lékè ṣe rí yẹn ṣe èrè kó lè sáré Ṣèyí Mákindé ṣe èrè kó lè dára ẹ̀ mú tó kàn tẹ̀ ń pera yín gbogbo ẹ̀yọ́ olóṣèlú yìí gbogbo àwọn tẹ̀ ń pera tó kàn tẹ̀ ń pera yín lè lè pa gbogbo 60 million Yorùbá bí káàtẹ̀ tó kókè 60 million tẹ̀ fẹ́ bá yín jà ṣe lè pa 1 million ni káwọn 1 million bá jáde nísìn lábẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe gbàgbàgbà àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ṣe gbàgbà sí ni ó fàtìlẹ̀ ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi o gbogbo ilé tí bàbá ṣe ní kọ́ ṣe yẹn ara àwọn èèyàn bá kọ gbogbo yẹn but like I said gradual process will lead to that. Àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ ṣe gbàsìgbòsí ní gbogbo ilé ìta ṣe ń ṣe wọṣọ fún wọṣọ kíní kan yẹn a kò ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé bí bàbá ṣe a gbọ́dọ̀ a nífẹ̀ẹ́ bàbá wa bá ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe náà nìyẹn. Ẹ bá rò pé bó ṣe máa lọ títí the end of this year là ń ṣe yìí orí ẹ̀ ò pé orí ẹ̀ kò tí ì pé bomb bastard. Tó bá rò pé bí a ṣe ń ṣe lọ yìí náà ló ṣe máa lọ títí ni pé a máa wọṣọ funfun a máa jókòó síwájú ilé wa àwa máa nà sí àwa Yorùbá nation no going back. Yẹn fílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. But one thing is that the 1,060 million Yoruba people are saying to Tinubu, negotiated. Má jẹ́ ká wojú ara wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sọ́dọ̀ brother mi, and I'll stand up from my seat, but I'm not going far away. I'll be back.
Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹ̀bẹ̀ mo kàn bẹ̀ mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo tún wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin òṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlẹ̀ lọ pé ó ń bọ̀ àwọn ládẹ́dẹ́ o. À ń pariwo ó ń bọ̀ ó ti wá súnmọ́ wa báyìí o. Kódà ó ti wà ní gbogbo wa báyìí. Gbogbo tí olóyè gbogbo Sunday gbogbo sọ́njọ́ kìíní àná jẹ́ kó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí o. Gbogbo tí Koiki media ń sọ láti UK níjọ́ kìíní àná ṣe kó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Gbogbo tí bàbá Bánjí Akíntóyè sọ níjọ́ kìíní àná ṣe kó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí o. Ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó bá tó àsìkò àwa ọmọ Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá tí kìí ṣe ọmọ àlè ní kojú ìjà sáwọn Fúlàní mọ́ ẹ̀yin là ń bọ̀ àbá o ẹ̀yin ọba aládé àti ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ lajú ilẹ̀ títà ìgbọ̀n ń fòwọ́ báyìí tẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọ̀rọ̀ kan báyìí ṣe rí ẹ̀bẹ́ nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ kínní mo ya international passport mi mo ní mi ò ní gba Nigeria passport mi ní never gbà in my life mi never gbà túnjọ́jọ́ àbílẹ̀ pé tẹ́ gbé síbẹ̀ náà ẹgbẹ́ ń gbówó lé ẹgbẹ́ ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ń gbówó lé tí ó yà pé ó rí gbogbo yóò pé èèyàn ọba aládé wà lájúlẹ̀ nísìn ẹgbẹ́ àti respect orí adé àfẹ́ àbọ̀ fórí adé àfẹ́ jẹjú orí adé rárá bọ̀ tó ti ń lọ síbi tí wọ́n pẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ẹ bá ti ṣe àpéjọ àyà lóyún ṣe ní bí yóò bá ṣe máa bọ́ kúrò lóko ẹrú ẹ ṣe mítìnì kẹ́ ṣe àpérò gbogbo yín kẹ́ ṣe mítìnì bí yóò bá ṣe máa kúrò lóko ẹrú ẹ lọ bá Tinubu ẹ lọ bá kẹ́ lọ sọ fún ọmọ olódòdẹ àwọn ìran tó ń jẹ àwọn ìran ẹ̀ ń jẹ̀yà ojú ń pa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ anybody ṣe àmọ́ gbogbo ṣẹ́dá ń ṣe náà anybody ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ò lè jẹun ẹ̀ méjì dé fún máa jẹun ẹ̀ mẹ́ta ìdè gbogbo kan wọ́n yẹn gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń bú àwọn olórí burúkú ọmọ Yorùbá gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí Koiki Media Ìgbòho Òòṣà ó ní nǹkan tó ń pé nínú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá káfi gbowó lẹ̀ Koiki gọgọgọgọgọgọgọ Koiki ó ní nǹkan tó ń gbé nínú àwọn Yorùbá ṣé fámìlì gbogbo fámìlì wa ni ṣé kò lẹ́bí tiẹ̀ ni ẹ wá sọ gbogbo àwọn ohun ṣẹṣẹ ẹ wá sọ mọ́dọ̀ lẹ ẹ wá sọ àwọn ọmọdé lóṣó ẹ sọ mọ́dọ̀ aṣẹ́wó nítorí tó bá ti jẹun ó ti ń bọ̀ ó bọ̀ àwọn aládẹ́dẹ̀ lásán tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ̀ tó ti wá dé báyìí ẹ̀yin ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lọ ṣe mítìkẹ́ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa kó ìran Yorùbá kò nínú ogun ẹrú wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ gan wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹni máa kó akú ẹni máa kó akú Yorùbá nation nìkan ló lè ṣe o ẹ pe ọmọ lódò dẹ o ẹ bá ọmọ lódò dẹ sọ Yorùbá nation nìkan ló lè ṣe mo sọ yìí mo dúró náà.
ọ̀rọ̀ ni ẹgbọ́n lẹ́nu brọ́dà mi yẹn kọ́lọ̀ bá mi dúró tì wọ́n mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri and thank you so much as we continue our quest, our campaign. One of the most fantastic campaign that has ever been done in the history of mankind. Many expected that we will destroy, we will fight, even with a lot of my utterances in the last 4 years. Many people thought by now that we would have brought down Yoruba land and they can blame us and say, hey, what's up for you? And we let you Yoruba. But rather, we maintain our strength, we remain focused, and we were not deviated at all. Let's go back to my review, what I was reading earlier. I've talked about the purpose, independence, the scope, self-determination, the objective, small group gatherings in our neighborhood. Maberu, I've told you many times, the police will not attack you because you're asking for Yoruba nation now. It will not fear excuse for whatever reason. Mafoya, what our demands are is we want an independent country. Simple. Koiki, we are already in that process. Let us ask again. If they are talking about because of the crude oil, let them keep the crude oil in the area that they have it, and let's maintain the one that we have. Ondo State, crude oil. We will use it with the human capacity and with the technology. Are you serious? So why are we confused when we should remain understand that a Yoruba country is far better? Everybody know you now. She want to go to Maso fún yàn pé àwọn kan ń jà fún àfìgbà country. Bàbá kan alápẹ̀ní sọ pé àwọn campaign fún Tinubu kò fáwọn olówó. Abájọ tí Kúnlé Àfọ̀ ṣe ń tọrọ owó fún gbogbo lórí social media. Don't bastard. Tẹ́yìn ọmọ kẹtẹ bá ní government Yorùbá ni. Automatic ilé la máa fún gbogbo yan. Kò ń ṣẹ̀yìn nìkan. Do you know the kind of welfareism system that is working in the UK? Fáwọn àtàtẹ̀jẹ́ foreigner. I was not born in the UK. I had the privilege of being born in the UK when my younger sister was born after me in the UK. That means so you're copying me, not the UK. But the lies that they hope that our parents thought they were working and fighting for Nigeria. Okay, when Bobby to South Africa. Nisin, our parents were one more. Like my mom left Nigeria in the 90s. Realized that this Olori Buruku country was a woman that was traveling with nothing less than $60,000 in 1990. Do you know what $60,000 is in 1990? No woman see the meaning. And straight to the and sort of hard-working Yoruba men and women. I want to jẹ́ pé igi lásán ni wọ́n tà ní gbọ́gi gbogbo bí 13 tagis olówó ni wọ́n. Tẹ́ bá bí wọ́n lé ní nísìn ẹ máa bèrè pé tábà ní bàbá yẹn olówó ni tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ máa bèrè pé kí ló wá dé torí báyìí. Nàìjíríà ló gba left ló gba right ó gba center ó gba body. Àwọn olókòwò àwa dẹ̀ ń tà ń dúró pa àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò owó mélòó làwọn Ìgbò ṣe. Ìgbò làwọn Ìgbò wà nígbà tí wọ́n ti tèmi travel. My mom has been to nothing less than 23 countries around the world. Níbo làwọn Ìgbò wà? Àwọn Ìgbò ló ṣòwò. Ta ló sọ fún yín bẹ́ẹ̀? Òwò mélòó ló ń ṣe? Gbogbo alamọ tó ń ṣe tó fi ṣòwò wọn tó fi rówó. A ní ká gba country ká wá dì pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó jẹ́ àwọn nitty-gritty. ẹ fẹ́ fi yẹn sílẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ dín pẹ̀lú ọmọ Ìgbò nínú Nàìjíríà orí yín ò pé ẹ máa dín pẹ̀lú wọn nínú Nàìjíríà wọ́n á máa claim Nàìjíríà pé gbogbo àjọ wa ní Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ káwa kúlà kúrò kọ́mọ Ìgbò wa sọ fún wa pé lórí ilẹ̀ wa o orí òun ó sán òun mọ̀ orí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lòun wà. Don't fight dirty with them now. I'm a drag this in the morning, and they are jealous of us all the time. Ìyẹn lẹ ṣe rí tábà ẹ lọ comment tó bá post nǹkan kan nípa Yorùbá báyìí ẹ lọ ka comment ẹ ara máa ta wọn ni because ó mọ̀ káwa la lọ́gbọ́n ìwé mélòó làwọn ká ẹ mọ̀ gbàtàwà tí ń kàwé tàti ní degree ni but we don't want to fight those that are Biafra out of them because wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kọ́ lọ kí ló sọ kẹ́kẹ́ post because comment ẹ kéré mo lè fẹ́ kà so I gbọ́dọ̀ respect gbogbo ní different platforms. Only we should consider all these kings and politicians as our toddlers. We should focus our objective, which is our beloved Yoruba country, which is what I'm doing right now. Objective. Má bẹ̀rù, má fòyà. Koiki bí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ náà rẹ̀ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Torí pé ò tí ì jẹun ni, mo ti lọ bèrè pé kí la máa jẹ lálẹ́. Àgbà tí mo dìde mo lọ bèrè ní. Ikùn ò ṣe fi ṣeré. Mo ti lọ bèrè pé kí la máa jẹ. Nìkan mo gbọ́dọ̀ mo ti máa jẹ. Mo ò lè fẹ́ fún tó báyìí kí wọ́n máa ró jẹjẹ. Ìwọ ò fẹ́ fún òòrìn náà lò. Ó ṣẹ̀ ń wá. Ẹlòmíràn a máa wo phone battery phone ẹ̀. Tèmi ní sí wà ní 96 tẹlomi ti wà ní 30 ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun gbọ́dọ̀ lọ submit fóònù yẹn ó dàrọ́ làkó tó gbà ilé ayé tó fẹ́ gbé nìyẹn ilé ayé òfò nìyẹn ilé ayé àdánù nìyẹn àní ká fọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ká fọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ ká tótó àwọn olóṣèlú tẹ́ pé bomb bastard ní gbogbo wọn ẹ̀yin ò mọ̀ wọn tó wá gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ London and they are not ready to give up on Nigeria but wọ́n máa sá 440 amẹ́yẹ̀bọ̀ lápò ni. So let's go back to the final part the final part action and activities. Kí ni action wa náà máa fi mọ̀ ká fẹ́ lọ wọ́n ní kò jáde òun náà jáde ẹ sọ báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ó ṣe nínú WhatsApp group yẹn láti máa mọ̀ kó fẹ́ lọ ok Ìgbòho nìkan ní kó jáde kó máa fẹ́ fún kó gbé gẹ̀ síta akọni ọmọ Yorùbá ọmọ aládìkún Ìgbòho ó yá Ìgbòho ká máa pariwo ẹ̀ tí ó máa pariwo orúkọ tiwọn náà Ìgbòho ní kẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan máa jáde actor lòun actor gbọ́dọ̀ kú lójú ogun actor tó bá ti kú lójú ogun yẹn máa ṣe kí ni ìwọ náà bá sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ protect actor ní káwá tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ pàtàkì jáde ká kátọ̀ máa wò pé ká fi lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ bọ̀tírọ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ ká gbé actor jáde lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ìwọ ọmọ pé kòkò ní Nàìjíríà a lè gbọ́dọ̀ fọ́ káàkiri ní gbogbo ọ̀nà ni farabalẹ̀ kò gbọ́ bíbá ẹ̀ báwa kí olóyè Ìgbòho arákùnrin gbóhùn sókè.
Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bó lórúkọ gan.
Yàyà Bello pè wá Ìgbòho wọn kò ó gba nọ́mbà yẹn bí alọ́wọ́ Fẹ́mi Káyọ̀dé ló ti gba nọ́mbà yẹn. This was in 2021 mo ti sọ many times èyí tí ọba ń sọ tó o bá ti change ẹ̀ òtítọ́ ni ó ní gbogbo trailer tó wà ní gbogbo ọ̀nà jẹ́bà yẹn ó náà jẹ́ tí ń bàjẹ́ níbẹ̀ àríkìní àwọn àníṣe pẹ̀lú àwa nígbà tó ní kí tírélà àkọ́kọ́ máa wá sísàlẹ̀ mọ́ ni Ìgbòho náà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn Fúlàní tó ń yọ wá lẹ́nu tó ń pa àwọn ìyá wa tó ń pa bàbá wa lásọ̀ kí ní kàn wá pẹ̀lú tírélà tó ń gbóúnjẹ bọ̀ irọ́ o gbọ́dọ̀ ní kí that your PA that your spokesman tell her make it come out make it just speak because ohun Koiki ló máa gbọ́ ní north on bastard ohun olófẹ́ gbọ́ ní north Koiki ló máa gbọ́ sọ fún ẹ pé Sultan of Sokoto fi ṣe broadcast ìgbà wọn recorded àwọn olórí burúkú ó ní ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ arábìnrin pé kí ló mean by that máa fi tó kú lẹ́sàbí aṣọ orí ò pé on bastard ọmọ pé tí bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ onírọ̀ ó ní sọ fún coordinator yẹn ó ní because ní ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ́hùn ó fi tó kù sábẹ́ aṣọ ó ní tí aláyé yẹn bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n ló sọ pé kó jáde kó tẹ̀ sọ pé ó ní oúnjẹ tí ń bàjẹ́ lórí tírélà wọn ó ní gbogbo oúnjẹ tó ń gbé bọ̀ ó ti ń rà pé ká tètè jáde ká bá wọn káàkiri a ní ká jáde nísìn ká perform action oríṣiríṣi action ló wà wọ́n ní kó gbé kùmọ̀ jáde tó bá èmi mo ní kó ra dá sílé tó bá sì lẹ́yọ kó ra mẹ́ta sí kò tọ́jú ẹ̀ta bẹ́ẹ̀ káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ máa lọ fọwọ́ ẹ̀ máa lọ gé wọn lọ́wọ́ kóńdó ló bá lè rà sílé ní fìṣòsí láàrin gbogbo sẹ́gbẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa wúlò nígbà kò tí Fúlàní bá dé tó fi wá pààyàn o gbọ́dọ̀ ní kọ́tù ọ̀nà máa fi ṣe kíni tó máa fi ṣe kíni ẹ̀ fún wọn. Actions and activities strategies àwa fi jẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation wá di níta máa ń sọ ó yá o ibi tá a fi gbà wọlé ni àti fún ẹni mi wà ní ṣé gbàtà Amẹ́ríkà fi lọ attack Iran ṣọ́sọ gbogbo plan wọn fún mi orí òpè bomb bastard ni mo sọ fún yẹ bomb bastard for asking us to come and tell you our strategy orí òpè mo rí information kankan ní jáde mo ti block ẹ ní sóríire lálọ́ máa ṣe wàhálà tẹ́yìn máa ẹ wá information ẹ máa fi dànù ìrìnàjò tàgbé dání mo ti sọ fún bàbá yẹn gbogbo tẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe má sọ fún mi àti gbowó ẹ keep it to the last minute nobody will know anything orí yóò pè lálọ́ máa ṣe wàhálà táwọn kan máa wá information ẹ máa wá káàkiri gbogbo information tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí gbà tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀ rí gbà mọ́ àti block ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ ẹ ní information kankan mọ́ ẹ fẹ́ tà wá dànù fáwọn olórí burúkú Tinubu àtàwọn olóṣèlú ẹni ṣòro gbogbo yín bomb bastard ní dá fún gbogbo yín ẹ̀wọ̀n information ẹ máa wá káàkiri idiot all over the place wọ́n bọ̀ wá kódà information ẹ̀ máa jù sínú WhatsApp group yín nísìn idiot America gbé B2 bomber wọ́n fi fighter jet tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn wọ́n refuel àwọn mọ́tò yẹn àwọn plane yẹn do you know what it means ó jẹ́ security risk fún America pé because 18 hours àwọn B2 yẹn wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ refuel ẹ̀ kò lè lọ more than some hours kó tó refuel ẹ̀ ṣé wọ́n sọ fún mi bọ́n ṣe lókè lórí òfurufú ìwọ́n wá lórí ilẹ̀ tẹ́mi wà ó wá ní ká sọ fún ẹ pé ibi ìbàlẹ̀ máa gbà wọlé o ọ̀hún yẹn la máa gbà wọlé o kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín idiot all over the place ẹ ti sọ di movie nìyẹn tó bá dọjọ́ iwájú tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Yorùbá bá ní kọ́ release àwọn information yẹn fún yín ẹ̀rí tó fẹ́ mọ̀ nísìnyí àmọ́ tó bá wà láyé níjọ́ náà tó bá dẹ̀ sí láyé àwọn ọmọ àmọ́ pàjáre get out a ní ká tẹ̀lé àwọn bàbá yìí òun fẹ́ béèrè pé ọ̀nà orí bàbá kí tó yẹ fi gbà wọlé bàbá ní kẹ jáde ó tún béèrè pé Ìgbòho dà ó ń bọ̀ ó ti dé tán inú ilé ẹ̀ ló ti máa wá sọ fún ẹ pé kò jáde idiot all over the place wọ́n náà wá jókòó sínú ibi tẹ́mi náà jókòó sí Ìgbòho lè lọ́lé èmi ò lè lọ́lé bàbá kí tó yẹ lè lọ́lé àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta wà níta lẹ́yìn odi ìwọ́n lọ́lé ó ń ṣe fàájì ẹlòmíì ní sí ti ra tíkẹ́ tó ti lọ Nàìjíríà tó ti padà irú yẹn la máa fún information ẹlòmíì ti lọ Germany ó ti padà ẹlòmíì wà lẹ́ Yorùbá nísìn ó ń lọ criss cross bó ṣe ń jẹ níbi lóúnjẹ náà orí ọ̀pẹ Amẹ́ríkà gbé B2 bomber ọmọ tó ń pè ní B2 bomber $2 billion ní làwọn plane yẹn 2 billion wọ́n ní spirit ní tó bá ń lọ òní rí spirit tí Ìgbòho bá máa dé spirit ní òní rí orí ọ̀pẹ tí Ìgbòho bá máa dé spirit ní kò sẹ́ni tó máa rí bàbá late àkísọ̀pọ̀ bá kú ọba wàjà ni mo sọ fún yín èmi àti Ìgbòho àti bàbá yẹn àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta bàbá yẹn náà sọ fún Buhari pé torí Ìgbòho tó ń rí yẹn fake ni original gangan kò ń gbé nínú ilé ó lè expect kó original wà nílé nígbà tẹ́ ń wá original gangan ti sá lọ ó ti wà lẹ́yìn odi wọ́n ní Buhari ni ẹ̀yẹn kí la máa wá ṣe sí jẹ́ máa jẹ́ kí n sọ lórí social media orí ọ̀pẹ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́lá ń sọ lórí social media wọ́n ní fọ̀rọ̀ síkùn bí àgbà bàbá yẹn sọ fún àti Ìgbòho ni pé wọ́n wá fẹ́ mú ẹ o sọ fún Buhari pé ilé tó ń rí àbí bàbá yẹn tún bí Ìgbòho pé àbí original òun náà kó original kan nílé yìí lọ́ọ̀ fọ́n lókè bàbá yẹn bàbá dáadáa ẹ̀fẹ̀ yẹ wá ó yá Ìgbòho fún wa ní strategy tó fẹ́ lò strategy wo la máa fi ṣe rally yẹn strategy ni pé ẹ jáde ẹ wọṣọ funfun ẹgbẹ́ àsíá sókè dúró síwájú ilé ẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà tó fi attack ṣé mọ̀ pé Amẹ́ríkà a ṣe ń gbọ́ létà pé plane méjì mo mọ̀ iye plane tó padà ju bọ́ǹbù yẹn but wọ́n ní plane kan lára àwọn plane yẹn náà ni o B2 yẹn spirit ni tó bá ń gbọ́ B2 spirit ló ń pè tó bá wà lórí òfurufú ò lè rí wọ́n ní kò sí rédà kankan tó lè detect ẹ̀ but Elédùmarè lè rí wọ́n ní kan gba báyìí ìkan gba báyìí so tó bá wọ́n fi kan ṣe camouflage the real one tó máa lọ attack gangan ìyẹn gba bíbá wọlé and all the planes have returned back to California ọmọ àlè Amẹ́ríkà ò sọ pé báyìí ló ṣe dánwò wọ́n kò sọ fún wa pé ó ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe ó dẹ̀ ti padà sílé máa fi gbogbo ẹnu mo sọ pé ẹlòmíì tó bá fún ní 1,000 naira ó máa tàgbowó 1,000 naira á ti fàgbéra fún 1,000 wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa fi ìtókù promise ẹ̀ ní o wọ́n lè náà máa fún ní 1 million kó kọ́kọ́ gba 1,000 ní kó fi ra data àwa wá sórí broadcast dé mi ṣe tó yẹ pé Ọlọ́run mọ̀ ẹ́ tí mo ná ní every month lẹ́yìn tí mo ti dé lórí internet àwa fi 500 naira ẹlòmíì borrow data ló fi wò mí àwa comment òfò àwa máa bí mi pé Yorùbá nation tẹ fi gbà yẹn báwo lẹ ṣe fi gbà orí ìbà bẹ́ẹ̀ òpè pump bastard mo bá wa sọ fún dádì ẹ̀ inú ilé ni màá ti wá sọ fún dádì ẹ̀ òkè ọmọ àlè bó sókè.
ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn torí bẹ́ẹ̀ bùra.
wọ́n ti sùn a ṣe ń jí wọn ní wake up ẹ sọ fún Tinubu ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ń lẹ̀ yìí kò ní ìjà dání kò sẹ́ni tó ń bára wọn jà ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá àti conservative àti liberal ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá ẹ sọ fún ọmọ olódó ọdẹ pé a fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín Nàìjíríà kí ló báwo ni ẹ ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dé problem we have 15 minutes kò sí tó ń bọ̀ lókè tí ilé ọgbà àní oríṣiríṣi àwọn Yorùbá tó wà ní tẹ́ pé orí yín pé bí alájọsọmọlú bá country ká tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ development mo ní tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó bá ti establish gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì agbára báyìí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ fún gbogbo ní free internet ẹlòmíì ò mọ mí ní internet bẹ́ẹ̀ ni decoy àṣẹrẹ́jà ọmọ kémi ò kàwé Amẹ́ríkà lónà àwọn ẹgbẹ́ àwọn àwọn ṣe kíní kan irọ́ ni ọ gbogbo òlú náà ló máa sọ ọlọ́mọ apọ́n àwọn lé ilẹ̀ fẹ́ k'Amẹ́ríkà sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ó máa pọ́n rẹ̀ lé náà ni but àwọn kíní yẹn náà lágbára díẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wọlé wọ́n tún náà ń rí fuel ẹ̀ lókè táìmù tó bá dẹ̀ rí fuel yẹn òun ló dangerous jù anytime tó bá náà rí fuel fighter jet àbí kíní lókè is because that is when the enemy can attack you so báwo ló ṣe kó bóyá mẹ́ta ló lọ ni o bóyá méje ló lọ bí ṣe gbọ́ wọ́n ní 7 làwọn B2 yẹn tó lọ báwo ló ṣe wá rí ìfẹ́ kẹlẹ̀ wo logistics yẹn àlẹ́ kẹlẹ̀ mi fún alówó mi bá ní sinaniya owó tó gba last week yẹn náà òun náà láṣẹ ná láti last week yẹn ó mọ̀ báyìí àìtí ṣe nǹkan kan láti last week èyí náà fún adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o èmi tán níbẹ̀ fún yín o ẹ̀fẹ̀ máa wá wo broadcast 243 people 243 yẹn tí gbogbo wa bá fún wa ní $5 nísìn kílẹ̀ tó mọ́ wàá máa ní wọ́n gbúrò mi ní mo ṣe mo lè ní kankan tí máa ṣe tọ́jú ẹ̀kọ́ máa kọ gbúrò pé Koiki mọ àwọn gbọ́n Koiki ní mo ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí 247 people tàbá máa fi lọ nísìn tàbá máa fi padà wá nísìn owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ yìí rere owó ni bóun àká pariwo láti sí dọ̀la owó ni media need owó. So before we finish it a gbọ́ Ìgbòho tó délẹ̀.
a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀ dáńkọ̀lá wúrà tó máa dán àlà.
ẹ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà láti beginning and interrupted this time. Ìgbòho ọmọ aládìkún ọkọ̀ tó yọ̀ sí ọkọ̀ ọ̀yà dámì. Ìgbòho ṣá irú mọ̀lẹ̀ tó jẹ táńtáń ó pè mí lọ́sàn-án yìí àárín mi àtẹnìkan ni tó bá mi sọ ẹ̀mẹ́ta la sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu mo pè nígbà tí mo rí security alert no ó pè mí lálẹ́ àná information tó fún mi lánàá yẹn ó dùn mọ́ mi nínú tọ̀ ìtọ̀ èyí dùn mọ́ mi nínú tọ̀ ìtọ̀ ẹ̀ mo á pè wọ́n lẹ́nu mo ní bá mi ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ́ Amẹ́ríkà ti ní káwọn ọmọ máa lọ sí military Amẹ́ríkà mo ti tọ̀ Amẹ́ríkà èèyàn Amẹ́ríkà yẹn abájọ àgbà tí mo rí pálí àṣìṣe nígbà tó wá London October ó ní àbúrò gba passport mo ní blue passport mo náà mọ yankí ni yẹn ibẹ̀ lọ bí sí kò ṣe gbóhùn lọ gbàwé níbẹ̀ ibẹ̀ lọ bí àṣìṣe sí bàbẹ́ ibẹ̀ lọ bí àṣìṣe sí Amẹ́ríkà lọ bí ọ̀tọ̀ ní tó lọ gbàwé l'Amẹ́ríkà ó dáa náà wọ́n bí òun síbẹ̀ ni ó gbé pálí ẹ̀ lé mi lọ́wọ́ mo náà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi pálí yín yọ mi kí n má lọ sọnù lọ́wọ́ èmi náà yàgbé fún ìyàwó mi ìyá bá tọ́jú ẹ̀ àṣìṣe mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yàn wa tẹ̀wà lórí platform all hail Biafra a máa sọ̀rọ̀ Simon Ekpa kò ṣe lé nù a máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu. Any freedom fighter must never be against the two of them, regardless of your position in a freedom fight. To bá ti wà against him, then there is an issue. I am not in support of Obama Igbo tó ń ṣe jàbàjàbà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, but any true freedom fighter, be it Biafra, Benue, Ijaw people, you must have the love for them, and you must never pray and wish them bad. No. Ó kàn jẹ́ pé àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n máa ń jealous pé báwo ni Ìgbòho ṣe ń káàkiri? How Koiki how na dey do am? That Ìgbòho ìyẹn náà ṣe máa ń wá sórí platform wa wọ́n ní wẹ́ẹ̀ Sunday Ìgbòho ó wà nílé dádì ọmọ àlè pump bastard Ìgbòho wà nílé dádì ẹ̀ ó ń bọ̀ imagine kí Simon Ekpa jáde nísìn kí Nnamdi Kanu jáde àwọn mẹ́rin méjì láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá méjì láti ilẹ̀ Igbo bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń fáyà lórí social media Simon Ekpa náà padà sórí social media Ìgbòho àti Nnamdi Kanu dẹ̀ rán oyè lábẹ́lẹ̀ wọn Ọlọ́run ọba Nàìjíríà máa dàwó ni wọ́n yẹ within 1 year ìyẹn lọ ṣe ta Nnamdi Kanu dànù olórí burúkú ẹ̀wọ̀n fáwọn fẹ́ràn owó ọ̀tá dànù ní Kẹ́nyà Ìgbòho ṣá Ọlọ́run àdúró tiẹ̀ Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mo ní gbogbo tó bá fẹ́ ṣe má sọ fún mi náà just keep it to yourself má bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kankan sọ̀rọ̀ torí enemy ti pọ̀ jù enemy Ìgbòho irọ́ ni o Ìgbòho tó ń pè yẹn kò dénú o tó bá ti bá Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ tó báyìí nísìn fóònù mi lọ tó máa fi ẹlòmíì àmà bá Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ó dẹ̀ fi rí kọ́lẹ̀ they can't even give him for him to have free conversation. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ wọn ẹ̀.
Ìfarapa lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kọ́ ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ́ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jàmọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bó lórúkọ gan. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀ dáńkọ̀là wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gèdèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sí náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho àfikàn pọ̀pọ̀ sí àmúkan yòókù bọ̀ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàràmùjẹ́ ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn òní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn òní bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé fi ránṣọ kiri.
Abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan ṣe kinní kan ọ̀kan ni wọ́n fi ṣe kinní kan Ọlọ́run ló fún wa kò ń ṣèyàn. Ẹ imagine tó bá wá jẹ́ pé irú bàbá aláṣọ funfun Gani Adams yẹn tó náà bá lọ dúró dáadáa tó fẹ́ gẹ̀ síta pé Yorùbá nation tó ń ṣe pé ó ní lábẹ́lẹ̀ à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation lábẹ́lẹ̀ no àfẹ́ Yorùbá nation lábẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ imagine kí Gani Adams náà kó fẹ́ gẹ̀ ebi yẹn ni Ìgbòho ṣe lọ́ba nígbà àìgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe kíni ẹ mọ̀ pé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹ kàn imagine. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin alágbára lẹ Yorùbá Ọlọ́run bẹ lẹ́nu mara tó tì yín Ìgbòho náà nìkan lòun lè ṣe oníkẹ́yìn náà ṣe kíni ẹ fẹ́ gẹ̀ síta ẹ fẹ́ gẹ̀ síta ẹ sọ fún Tinubu pé ní tó bá gbà ọmọ Yorùbá máa lọ. Mo lè dúpẹ́ bàbá wa kan send message kan sí mi kábíyèsí Elédùmarè mo gbọ́ ọ́díò bàbá yẹn mo wá realize pé lóòótọ́ kò ń ṣàyàn ọba ni mo ṣí fìlà fún ẹ̀yin actor tẹ̀m̀bẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tẹ̀ ń dúró pé Koiki wọ́n máa bá ṣe lọ à ń wọ ẹni background ẹ máa bá ṣe wọ́n máa bá ṣáà máa jágbe mọ́ wa ẹ ríran wò ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ó máa dàbí movie ni Káfọláyàn máa kọ scripted but the only thing ni pé kò ṣe movie ẹ rape gbogbo èèyàn ẹ sọ àwọn èèyàn di aláṣọ ẹlòmíì ó tó bá fọṣọ tó wọ̀ lálẹ́ kò lè wọ̀ láàárọ̀ la
ẹ má bínú jàre kọ́ ló wọlé tó pé yín dáàdì ẹ̀yin mọ́mì mi ẹ pè mí fún gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ rà bọ́dẹ̀ jẹ́ wíìgì náà ni tí kà tán àwọn fine wig ṣẹ́rí ìwú tó rí mi gangan ìwé lè gangan mo ní ìwé lè gangan ó wà wíìgì tẹ́ bá rí lórí mi ó wà ẹ kú mọ̀gbà tí mo ti ń lo wíìgì mi ó wà yàtọ̀ sí torí mi àwọn ànọ́dá wọ̀ nírú torí mi lélẹ̀ òun ni ṣẹ́tìrí irú torí mi ń tẹ̀wọ́ lórí mi òun lélẹ̀ so yàtọ̀ sílẹ̀ àwọn oríṣiríṣi wíìgì àkàkà níye okùn bí woman hair wet and waves tó fine dáadáa tọ́mú yes tó fù tẹ́ bá fẹ́ tó máa fù dáadáa gan lórí yóò wà tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ tó máa ra ṣe ṣókí lọ́bẹ̀ oge ó wà gbogbo ẹ̀ ló kún bíbá yìí lọ́lọ́kọ̀ òjọ̀kan ọwọ́ aṣọ náà sọ́mà ti dé ẹ̀yìn mọ́mì mi tí ì kẹ́ máa ra aṣọ sọ́mà àwọn 3/4 gown àwọn mini gown tẹ́lẹ̀ fi rọ́ọ̀kì ti sọ́mà àwọn armless gown tó jẹ́ native tẹ́lẹ̀ fi rọ́ọ̀kì sọ́mà gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo ní ẹjọ́ patronize mi tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ àwọn spiritual items náà ni ẹ wò ó ẹ má jẹ́ àlàgùn jìnnà ẹ jẹ́ àtọ́jú ara wa ara gbé láyé yìí o tẹ́ bá gbọ́ pé ogun láyé kò ṣe dúró wò ó kò ṣe dúró wò ó ẹ jẹ́ àtọ́jú ara wa o bá tẹ̀yọ̀ jẹ́ Ọlọ́run ò kó àjò Bible gan sọ ó ní ohun tí o bá ní ni kò fi ra ẹ̀mí ẹ padà ẹ gbọ́ ohun tó bá ní ni kò fi ra ẹ̀mí ẹ ó ń já wa sí ni ẹ sì mọ̀ pé lówe ni Jésù máa fi ń bá àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀nà tẹ́ bá lè tọ̀ láti ra ayé gbé fúnra yín òun ní kẹ́tọ̀ that is why èmi ò condemn anything ìbájọ́ náà ṣẹ̀ṣe lọ́lọ́run darí yín sí ẹ̀tọ́ dáadáa ìbájẹ́ mùsùlùmí ẹ̀tọ́ ìbá sì jẹ́ ti tèmi Jésù báyìí náà ni ẹ̀tọ́ fún ìdí èyí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní àwọn nǹkan spiritual items ẹ má gọra yín o ẹ má gọra yín lórí ọmọ ẹ má gọra yín lórí ọkọ ẹ má gọra yín lórí iṣẹ́ ẹ má gọra yín lórí ayé yín gangan gbogbo àwọn nǹkan spiritual tẹ́ lè lò láti dójú ti èṣù àtàwọn ọmọ ogun ẹ̀ láti pa ọ̀tá lẹ́nu mọ́ kọ́nà yín ṣí kọ́nà yín là kẹ́ di ọlọ́pẹ́ kẹ́ gbégbá ọpẹ́ ó wà lọ́dọ̀ Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwaṣọ ní ìlú Canada kò sí country tí mi ò send spiritual items sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin dádì tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ẹ pè mí àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò tọ́nà àṣì tọ́nà àlà ó wà available gbogbo ẹ̀yin mọ́mì tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún either business ò lọ dédé iṣẹ́ ò lọ dédé wọ́n kórìíra yín níbi iṣẹ́ wọ́n kàn ń ṣe bákanbàkan sí yín ẹ wá nídìí àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò láti fi ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá láti lè fi ní testimony ayọ̀ ẹ pé Lady K Ìfẹ́ Olúwaṣọ mo dẹ̀ aṣọ yín wípé ẹ ní regret owó yóò ní wọgbó nípa ìfẹ́ Kristi gbọ́ ni wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ ìmọ̀ tọ́lọ́run alààyè ni yóò dúró títí láéláé tó bá ti jẹ́ wípé nípa ìfẹ́ Jésù ni ó máa dúró títí láéláé ó máa ṣe kí ni ó máa jẹ́ fún wa so gbogbo èyí tẹ́ bá nídìí àwọn ọṣẹ lọ́fíńdà oil àwọn nǹkan fà àwọn nǹkan arọ́bí àwọn nǹkan aṣẹ́nà àwọn nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ lò fún àmúbọ́ gbogbo èyí tó bá jẹ́ pé àmúbọ́ ló yọ yín lẹ́nu àwọn nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ lò láti lè fi òpin sí àmúbọ́ yẹn ẹ pè mí tó bá jẹ́ business yìí ni ò lọ déédéé àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ lè lò láti fi boost business yín láti fi ṣínà kọ́nà yín ṣí kọ́nà yín là ó wà available lọ́dọ̀ Lady K Ifeoluwaṣo the baby of Yoruba nation. Ẹ pè mí ojú òní tí mi ò ní wá gbogbo yín tì ní agbára Ọlọ́run àdúrà gbogbo wa máa gbà Ọlọ́run á fi àyè gbà wá gbogbo ibi tá a fẹ́ tá a rókòrè sí Ọlọ́run á ṣe fún wa. Ẹ̀yin tó bá dẹ̀ já àwọn nǹkan ìfẹ́ náà ní fẹ́mi bí ojú tí ń fẹ́ mú fẹ́mi bí irun tí ń forí fẹ́mi bí eyín tí ń fẹ́ nú fẹ́mi tẹ̀mí fẹ́mi tọkàntọkàn fẹ́mi taratara wò níṣẹ́ gbogbo aṣọ là ń sá lóhùn tó bá já àwọn yẹn náà ni ẹ pé Lady K Ifeoluwaṣo àdúrà gbogbo wa gbà mí ní wáyé tì ẹ má gbàgbé láti subscribe sí YouTube channel mi kẹtọ notification bell yín ẹ má wá gbàgbé product iléeṣẹ́ TL gbogbo èyí tẹ́ ìrógùn diabetes rẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ bínú àwọn èèyàn ti fẹ́ kú mi pa Lady K ogun diabetes wọn ti tán mo sọ́ngbà yẹn mo ní ẹ tètè wá rà kó tó tán ogun diabetes ò sí mọ́ àfi tẹ́ bá máa lọ rà nílé ìjà tó bá dẹ̀ tún ti kó dé sí Canada máa jẹ́ kẹ́mọ̀ but for now ẹ wo pákúrúmọ́ kódóbò dáadáa eléyìí ò ní side effect kò ṣe tó máa jẹ́ kókó yín dúró báyìí tí ò ní wálẹ̀ mọ́ mọ́mì kan lọ béèrè question yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi mo rẹ́rìn dáadáa wọ́n wò pókè àmúmọ́ alvat so that tó bá ti ń sọ àwọn èèyàn lè mọ̀ eléyìí ò ṣe tó kàn máa dọ̀rọ̀ pa síbẹ̀ tí ò ní wálẹ̀ mọ́ no àbí tó máa jẹ́ kórí fọ́ yín àbí tójú yẹn wá pọ́n ṣoṣoṣoṣoṣo no àwọn eléyìí confam wọn ni no any side effect àjẹbù ìdán tó mú yes tí mo lè fọwọ́ ẹ̀sọ̀yà ẹ wò ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá lọ miss àwọn nǹkan tí Lady K bá ń polówó mi lára sàn jù àwọn tó mọ̀ ló mọ̀ tẹ́ bá rajà lọ́dọ̀ Lady K ẹ tún fún àwọn èèyàn ní fóònù ọba pé ẹ̀yin náà pé kẹ́ rajà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kì í ṣèmi náà Ọlọ́run ni Ọlọ́run ni àti wípé mi náà ní ba ara mi jẹ́ so gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá nídìí agúnmu jẹ̀díjẹ̀dì ẹ̀yin àgbẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin àgbẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń tẹ nílò rẹ̀ ọ̀pá yìí ròyìn waist ròyìn ẹ̀ lè jókòó dáadáa ẹ̀ lè ṣe kinní kan ń tẹ nílò rẹ̀ kẹ́yà gbogbo ẹ̀dànù kára yín kó fúyẹ́ kẹ́ jókòó 24 hours kẹ́tì ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ pé jókòó tó bá sì jẹ́ pé wọlé kan lẹ̀ ni tẹ́dò tẹ́yìn párò lọ òun lélẹ̀ agbójì manpower ẹ gbádùn ara yín bó bá ṣe wù yín so òun nìyẹn tẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí gbogbo àwọn product yẹn ẹ pè mí mo wà available at any time when it comes to business mo wà available but when it comes to gossip mi ò sí available so bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn mi níwá gbogbo ẹ̀yin mọ́mí ẹ̀yin dádì tí Yorùbá nation no going back no retreat no surrender Yorùbá nation ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣe kí ẹ má jẹ́ ká làágùn jìnnà ẹ gbá mi láago kẹwàá àwọn iṣẹ́ tó dáa tó wà pa tó máa ṣe kí ni tó máa jẹ́ fún yín ogun tí ò ní ṣẹ́ kò ní mọ̀nà ọ̀dọ̀ wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè tó bá lè jẹ́ àwọn lọ́fíńdà náà ni ó lè Michael Miss Paris back to sender ọ̀nà ńlá gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lóríṣiríṣi Divine Grace gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà available lọ́dọ̀ Lady K Ifeoluwaṣo aka gbogbo lòwò lọmọ láti ilẹ̀ ayé ti tèmi ni gbogbo lòwò lọmọ mo máa sọ dáadáa business tábà dẹ̀ gùdù sí àwọn òun tà sí bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn so ẹ ṣé gan ire o.